Grab your friends, head down the stairs. It's time for old games in the basement. A trip down memory lane. It's old games in the basement. Look out for Uncle Hank.
Let's see here. Carry the 2 and fucking divide by
Uncle
10.
Hank?
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm trying to do some math right here because fucking I'm trying to take care of some shit. I'm trying to make sure I can get my paperwork done soon. And
What the hell paperwork you gotta do?
oh, because I'm trying to make my own game and everything, but fucking I'm having a bitch of a time. Fucking.
Well, just release a little bit of it. Just release the shit you have it on, so that at least people get interested.
No, okay, so fucking I want to make this board game. I want to make it right. And I can't do it unless fucking Nickelodeon gives me the rights to fucking make SpongeBob my own board
Well,
game.
good luck with that. I'm getting out of here.
Why would the fuck? Okay, fine, get the fuck out of here. I fucking hate your ass.
Well, go. You can hate me all you want. You wouldn't get it anyway. You need a license for that.
Well, no one wants the license for that ass.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Bye.
Okay, good. Okay, so, hey, Baldy.
What's up, Uncle Hank?
How many, fucking, do you know anyone at Nickelodeon?
And Nickelodeon? Why would I know anyone at Nickelodeon? Do I look like I work for them?
Well,
Do I have a name tag on that says I work for Nickelodeon?
I don't know, you look like you're dumb enough to work there, so I figured I'd ask.
Oh, the hell with you, Uncle Hank. The hell with you.
Look, I'm just trying to get this license thing off.
Kind of harsh, man.
Yeah,
Look,
it is
I
a little
want to
hard.
make my D&D SpongeBob game real legit and make money off it, but I can't do it without some license.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. You need to tell the doctor about that.
I don't think a doctor can help me out with it. Listen, Hank. Can I call you Hank? I mean, that's my name. Okay, so let me tell you this. If you want help getting that license, go see this guy. He's a lawyer. You better call him, actually.
His name's Saul?
Yeah. You better call him. And he's located in Texas. Just go that way.
It's Albuquerque.
Okay.
Same area.
No, it's not.
It's
Albuquerque's
a
in New
completely
Mexico.
different area.
It's a completely different state.
Have you even watched Breaking Bad?
Guys, I'm
area
trying
of
to
the
send the
US.
wrong way on purpose. Shut the fuck up. So, anyways, Uncle Hank, just go to Texas. He's around there somewhere. I think Dallas. Anyone got objections to that?
No,
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, I guess I'll take your word for that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, bye.
Bye, Uncle Hank.
Bye, Uncle Hank. It's time for old games in the basement. Yeah, boy.
Well then.
What a song.
Okay.
Once again.
Yes, and we are here
Yeah,
for.
you thought you got rid of us, didn't you?
Oh no! We're only just starting.
No.
Oh man. So listeners, we recently got some critiques from you guys and everything. So we're trying to make this show better for you. So
Emphasis on trying.
Trying.
yeah.
What's
But
trying?
trying
I know,
is
right?
that thing that we keep doing this for.
And
Yes.
and apparently we fail at it.
We try things?
Why you?
We
think
tried
do this?
so hard.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
That was perfect.
Stop it. You're stopping it right now.
What is this, like an early 2000s like AMV?
Nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud.
Stop it.
Nip it in the bud.
Stop it.
We're not even 4 minutes in, and you had to go that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worth every second.
But in the end,
No.
No! You shut your fucking mouth!
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
This is not the musical games.
Bite your
episode, you
tongue.
dumb fuck.
Bite your tongue.
okay.
Okay.
Moving back on.
Anyways,
So we have I think we are basically going to move into our quick little intro. Does anybody have anything this week?
me and Toss got a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Chris, you got anything?
Not this time.
Kelly, you got anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Grant, you got anything?
I got Jack.
Good. I didn't
right.
want to hear shit from you anyway.
Here's enough shit from you already. We don't need any more.
This shows you how much we love each other.
Yeah, I know, right?
Toss, would you go ahead and tell us what
Oh,
you
yes. Well, yesterday we celebrated our friend's birthday. You might have heard her briefly last episode.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Yep, it was her birthday, and because of that, we traveled to good old Michigan.
did? Yep. Can't go wrong with the good state.
Yep.
Went to a nice Asian mart.
Yep.
Good times. Picked up some good snacky cakes.
Nice.
I'm having one of them right now. Well, I will not tell you what it is. For listeners, you can figure that out. You can try and figure that out, but I'm not telling you.
It's not a cake, actually. It's actually a liquid. Just saying.
Yes.
Anyways.
And
And I heard you tried something for the first time ever.
did.
What did you try?
I tried hot pot.
Ah. Yeah, that's some good shit. I tell you.
Hot
what.
pot
I
is
do
good.
like-
I've
I
had
do like
hot
good
pot a
hot
couple
pot.
times.
Hot pot like you see in the Japanese animes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you go there, you just get a nice
So-
menu. It's like, hey.
So straight up, so basically, depending on the restaurant, sometimes it's different. Sometimes they give you one big pot for everyone to share, and sometimes it's individual pots. This
This one's
place,
an individual.
individual
Individual.
pots.
You
Yeah.
can basically
And
have
Very
a
nice.
soup base.
You
and then-
you choose your soup broth base, and as it's boiling and whatnot, you take whatever ingredients and you throw them in there to cook. And once you feel it's done, you go ahead and eat it.
Yep.
Nice.
Is it bad enough I haven't eaten before this podcast?
Oh,
You're
that
making
sounds
me
like a-
think
that's-
about food.
That's-
It's
That's
yeah.
a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Yeah.
I'll-
Well, either
I'll-
way,
all
I'll
I-
get some food later.
Yeah.
Wait,
like-
you guys hear that? You hear that?
I think I.
Is that the sound of the world's smallest
Smallest violin?
violin?
Yes,
Oh.
for Chris not eating before this episode.
Wow, that is impressive.
Man,
Wow.
I am so sorry for you, buddy.
Thank God, not a Metallica. Oh,
It could be
wait, I
worse,
just said
actually.
Metallica.
I'm not going there.
No, Lars, I will not pay you money.
Yeah. So anything else for your last 2 weeks?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay, good birthday,
All right.
good food. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and we made a friend named. We made a friend.
Oh
His
yeah.
name was Jeffers.
Yeah.
Jeffers.
Yeah.
Jeffers the crawdad.
Yep. Jeffers was fun.
You named a crawdad?
Do you not?
If you're eating crawdads, you have to name them because then it's enjoyable when you eat them.
Yes.
No, I
Because
just
then you get that essence of their soul.
I look at it as just food.
Yeah.
Food, water bug.
I-
Water bug.
I'm a
food.
simple man too.
I mean,
Look, here, let me show you a
Fair
picture.
enough.
I'm gonna show you a picture of Jeffers real quick, okay? And you're gonna fucking
you're gonna
love him.
fucking love it.
It's a crawfish.
It's-
What's there to
it's-
love?
It better be a good picture.
It is a good
It
picture.
is a good picture because
I have the picture.
But I think
I'm
we're
the one-
badgering just a little bit here. I think we should move on to our
so-
first subtopic
Hey, there
here.
he
Oh, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
It's a crawfish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it is a good
so,
picture.
So, gentlemen,
I'm
Gentlemen.
sorry. I'm gonna say my piece real quick.
okay.
So anyway, so in my last 2 weeks, I finally got around to going with my health insurance and everything, and getting a personal doctor.
There you go,
Yeah.
finally.
You did mention
Took you
your
long
insurance
enough.
a
I
while
know.
ago.
You did a couple episodes back.
Yeah, and like, so I finally got around to seeing an actual doctor, and immediately he gave me my first counselor. So I'm gonna be like, sweet, I'm getting counseling and medical advice.
There you go.
Starting in 2 weeks, but at least hey, I'm finally on a step. And the reason I went to go see a doctor is because I recently hurt my ankle somehow.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So I've been away from the gym for a week.
Are you recovering nicely at
Yeah,
least?
no, like, you've seen me walk.
That's true. Yeah.
No, like it's not hurting as much today. It was hurting yesterday when me and Ross were out.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
No, it's doing good. And that's about it for my 2 weeks. And here's my recommendation on a webtoon for this episode.
Yep.
Oh, no.
No.
Put a timer
Another-
for 1 minute.
Here
Oh,
we go.
no, no,
Here we
no,
go
no.
again.
I'm just gonna trust you on this
Alright,
one. I'm gonna
one
trust you on
freaking
this one.
timer.
We're gonna
Hang
trust you,
on.
but we're still doing it.
Yeah.
I like how Chris sounds so annoyed that I'm doing this. And I even said put a timer for 1 minute.
After listening to episode 1 again, I was like, oh no.
You make it
16
stop.
minutes of
we're-
real time.
We're never letting you off the hook for
Oh,
that.
no, that's fine. I
You
understand.
got 1 minute.
Y'all are
starting
wait.
right.
Oh, hold on. And let me just pull up the name because I want to make sure I get it right. In
You got it right.
Hey, Webtoons, if you ever
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
sponsor
So-
us,
Okay, so the webtoon I'm advertising this time is called Phase.
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 Uh-huh.
It's an interesting love story, but mostly with sci-fi powers and shit. Basically, our main girl can randomly teleport
Nice.
anywhere in the world, but she can't really control that.
Okay.
And whenever she does teleport, it usually ends up being a big explosion and shit.
she can teleport anywhere, but she can't teleport from her problems.
Which
Sorry.
No, actually,
Is that really what it is?
That's a jar joke. That sounds about right.
No,
Okay.
that's
right.
Like I know you were trying a jar joke, but that's a pretty spot on thing. But
Okay.
honestly, the way the romance is handled, this is very enjoyable. The art style is fantastic, and it's made by the creator Joki, Jouki. I might be butchering that.
Joki.
I might be mispronouncing
That sounds
it. but-
right.
Seconds.
Yeah, but either way, it's very good. And
10.
and every fucking and not every chapter, but some chapters have beautiful music to them, and it's like, yeah, that's it.
Music?
Music, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Well, hang on. Just an extension. What do you mean by music?
So, like, on Webtoons, there are some series that as you look through the Webtoon stuff, it has a pre-recorded soundtrack to go with
Oh,
the chapter.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
no, like, you just gotta pay attention. You'll see, like, a little music note on the chapter itself.
I think I've only read like 3 webcomics, and they're all because you recommended them.
Yeah,
So
I like
And since you have gone this far, what was it called again?
Phase, Phase. beautiful artwork. Again, I will.
It's just it's not a
I
phase,
see it.
Mom.
It's not a face.
No, it's the reason it's called phase is because of the way she teleports. She
Phases.
phases through the world.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
So basically, she's Kitty Pryde from the X-Men in a way.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde, but with teleportation.
Fair enough. That's
but
all I need to know.
But yeah, no. Again, I fucking love the series, and season 2 just started a little bit ago.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to point out, if not for Grant, I did stop at like 55
you
seconds,
did
right?
This
Yeah.
was my fault this time.
Yeah,
You're,
okay.
so-
you're getting better.
Yes, yes, you are.
That
Yeah,
was
no.
your terms were acceptable.
But
Yes.
yeah, no, for any webtoon and some other apps like that and whatnot, when you have a chapter with pre-recorded music, sometimes the music will pop in mid-chapter, beginning of the chapter, very end of the chapter.
So like
but
as you scroll through,
Yeah.
it'll okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know they did
I'll
that.
show you an example after the
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the
for
recording.
sure, man.
Alrighty
Actually,
then.
even Boxer had a few chapters with music, right?
It's
Yeah.
pretty much a lot of the series that I've read have had music cues. So
Mm-hmm.
Lore Olympus, The Boxer, Down to Earth.
Shut the fuck up. We're enjoying ourselves. Okay, I'm
I'm
done.
just
I
sitting-
had
But
to
yeah,
do it.
but
I
you're
had to
right.
do it.
So it doesn't
We,
go
we,
all
we
over.
probably
Yeah.
we probably should
No.
get back on
No,
topic,
that's
but
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Today,
today's first subtopic is
yes, we technically have a twofer today.
yes, we do. This is going to be a quicker one though. Demo
This
discs.
is gonna be a little quickie.
Yes. Demo discs. Ross, I would like you to start.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, before
I think
get-
we would like you to start, not just me.
before I get into
This is a group effort, not
before
not
I
a grand
actually-
effort.
I'll just do a little reminder
Uh-huh.
for those of our younger folks who may come across this. Demo discs, they don't exist anymore, which is sad.
Not as disc forms. Demos,
Demo discs,
fortunately,
back in
yeah.
the day.
I mean, honestly, I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but honestly, demos even for modern games don't even really exist. these
They're
days.
much lesser capacity
Yeah,
for
Like,
sure.
The only
There
time
are some just
the last
not
decent
much.
demo we had was the Resident.
Well, also
Oh.
PlayStation Plus has those game trials and stuff like that. Those are
Yeah.
basically like extended demos.
Like
I
the
would
last
say.
big demo that I can remember happening was when the RE2 came out. You had that. Third
Oh yeah.
demo.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, the
Yeah.
closest thing I consider a demo these days is like a beta test. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
There's a lot of
But
that,
we're gonna-
but digressing.
We are.
Yes.
But anyway,
Sorry.
yes, demo was basically back in the days where this little disc you could play a good chunk of the game,
Mm-hmm.
which made you decide, oh, hey, I like it. I'll buy the full version when it's ready.
There you go.
So that's basically what that. One I'm going to talk about today, probably one of the most infamous demo discs to ever happen.
Oh, do tell.
Yes,
The
please.
PlayStation Holiday 2004.
I'm not familiar. Please
Let's
inform.
just okay. Well, it started off as you get PlayStation Magazine. Ooh, new disc coming out for what's coming out for the holidays. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem was, especially if you played it on one of the games, I think it was Beautiful Joe at the time,
I'm Beautiful Joe. Yep.
or the second one. If you what this disc did, if you did that, say goodbye to your memory card.
Really?
All
Ooh.
All of it.
Brick the whole
It,
thing.
it would basically brick your shit.
Wow.
Somehow. Yes.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty much what happened with that.
Oof.
Yep.
Nasty.
And there's my presentation for demos.
Wow.
Speaking of demos,
He's gonna go demo his demo that toilet, I guess. Apparently. Well,
I think demolish the toilet.
demolished would be probably better. Demo is short for demolish, but
It can be.
it could be. Yeah.
Can be.
While he's away,
So he'll be out for the next 5 to 10.
if not longer, but we'll see. I got a couple. Well, one specific one and more like a series of demos.
All right.
The first one I want to bring up is there was a Konami demo disc from back in the day. It had Silent Hill 4 on it.
Okay.
It also had, and this is my first introduction to the series, Ys 6 on it. Anyone here play the Ys games? They're really
No.
good.
No.
Never even heard of them.
Fantastic action RPGs. I will go as far as to say they're better than Kingdom Hearts, which is a very bold claim. Definitely better storytelling, that's for sure.
I mean,
but
what's the relation between that and Kingdom Hearts?
they're both action RPGs.
That's
Which
it.
is and they're both like anime-esque. That's all like it's kind of a shitty comparison. I get that, but
okay.
but
Anyways,
Ys is a great game. It's an action RPG. This demo disc was my introduction to the series. I played most of them now. Playing Ys on Lunatic difficulty or Maniac or whatever the highest difficulty is kind of like a meme because people like to say like it's only fun if you play it on the hardest and then you just get demolished. So it's kind of a meme, but I digress. So that was a great demo disc for me. Also, the PlayStation 1, especially the Squaresoft games, had a lot of really cool demo discs. Like, for example, if you bought I'm trying to think of one of them. Vagrant Story had a demo disc with a bunch of different demos on it. What was the other one I was thinking of? There's another. I think there's a couple PS1 Squaresoft games that had demo discs built in.
There was one I had back in the day. It had Final Fantasy Tactics on it,
Yeah.
as well as Legend of the Dragoon.
Yeah, I
It's fucking great.
Right. But yeah, those are just a couple of the demo discs that I have fond memories of personally.
Yeah.
What about you, Sam?
So like, there was a couple I had back in the day, but they were always like PS1 because those were the easy
I
ones.
feel like you only really got demo discs back on the PS1, really.
PS1 and PS2.
Yeah.
And like there was one I had for the original Xbox. It had like several different games.
Oh yeah.
And like one of them was Fusion Frenzy. Fucking loved it.
Oh yeah, my friend and I actually bought a $2 copy of that game on the Xbox just because we enjoyed the demo disc.
No, seriously, Fusion Frenzy was one of the best games fucking ever. It was Mario Party. It was the better version of Mario Party.
It's a bold claim, but yes, we did very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
Like,
let's not forget the sequel.
They made a sequel to Fusion Frenzy?
oh my
Yeah.
god, he's right. They did.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had a great ad campaign for it too. I distinctly remember the commercials.
What was it called? Just 2?
It was just
Okay.
Fusion Frenzy 2, but I distinctly remember watching the commercials on like Saturday morning cartoons with the completely absolute bonkers announcer from the game doing the ad campaign.
Really?
That sounds about right.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll have to maybe check out the sequel one day. Anything else for us here?
No, so like there was also this one demo disc. It had like random Pixar and Disney games.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it also had randomly a Looney Tunes game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was where you play as Wile E. Coyote and try and get sheep, and the antagonist is the sheepdog.
Okay.
What the fuck was his name?
I think it was just the sheepdog.
Yeah.
It was so like basically you had to find a way to dress up as a sheep and get sheep so you can eat them later without getting spotted by the sheepdog.
So it was almost like a stealth game,
It was
kind of.
straight up a stealth game. It
Yeah.
was just basically if you get caught, you will instantly lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and like there was a Monsters Inc. game where basically you could play as either Mike or Sully.
Mike
and-
Wazowski. Sorry.
God, I
just
fucking
go.
hate you. I hate you so fucking much.
Had to go Kingdom Hearts
I
there,
sw-
didn't you?
Yeah.
No, that's not Kingdom Hearts.
Well, that's
that's
just-
that's Boo. That's Boo from
Boo.
Monsters Inc.
Still.
Yeah. No, like fuck you. I mean, yeah, she's in Kingdom Hearts, but that's besides the point. Anyways, no. So you could play as Mike or Sully in this demo, and basically your whole job is to go around. Collect shit around the level, and then if you see a robot child, scare the fuck out of it. Yeah, and which I still remember to this day, the Mike Wazowski animation for scaring the fuck out of a child, if you did it right, was he like uses one hand to hold up like rabbit ears and another one to open up his eyelid more and be like, "Ugh." I'm just like, you are so fucking dumb. Yet that scares this robot child. Okay. I forget what the Mike one was. Not the Mike, the Sully ones were.
Yeah.
You know, I think I actually remember the commercials. I was advertising, and I was like, "What the hell are these characters doing?
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. They're supposed
Yeah.
to be scaring children, not robots."
I mean, you need the robots.
You need the practice, right?
The robots are practice.
Yeah.
Till you actually scare children in the lore of Monsters Inc.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross is back. I think that's a good transition to Kelly. You got any good demo discs, Kelly?
So there is one demo disc that I have a very distinct memory of. It was called the Namco Transmission version 3.2.
Please tell.
This was for PlayStation 2. I actually found mine randomly packaged with my old copy of Soul Calibur 3 on the PS2.
nice.
Which freaking loved that game.
Soul Calibur was good.
So Namco Transmission was pretty much a multi-demo library. It came with both game demos and also preview videos. And the version 3.2 specifically that I had, you had videos for Tales of Legendia,
Okay.
which one of the best Tales games. You had
Didn't play that one.
you had the trailer for Time Crisis 3,
Time Crisis.
trailer for Tekken 5.
Ah, yes.
And I've mentioned these games before. It also had the trailer for Ace Combat 5.
I knew you were gonna say Ace
which
Combat.
is what got me hooked on Ace Combat 5 because it's like I saw this game. I was like, wait, there's a game where you can fly around with fighter jets and stuff, and it's got this crazy story. I'm in.
Was that the first one you ever played?
It was the first one I actually
Did any of them
played.
have an
Ah.
A10 Warthog?
So those were the trailers, but then it also had actual demos for Pac-Man World 3.
Okay.
We Love Katamari.
Oh, I love Katamari
yes.
and the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a jar joke without being one. But go on, go on.
Had a demo for MotoGP 4, that's just a motorcycle racing game.
Yeah, that's whatever.
But the one demo that always got my attention was for a game called Urban Rain.
Urban
which
Rain.
was basically a 3D version beat 'em up. Think something along the lines of Streets of Rage.
You've already got my attention.
Yeah. So basically, think a 3D version of Streets of Rage. That was Urban Rain.
Huh? I've never heard that till now. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent demo.
something.
There were a lot of really good characters that you could play as.
Did you ever play the full version of it?
I've never been able to find a copy of the actual game.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've
Well,
I've looked for it.
If we find a copy, we should definitely stream it.
yeah.
That's definitely a little idea for the future, perhaps.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
that's probably my fondest memory of a demo disc. I do, however, remember. Anyone here remember the demo kiosk that you would
Yes.
find?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walmart would
The
have,
game
like-
the GameCube ones back in the day. Mwah.
Oh,
So
My neck
Yeah.
started hurting.
Yeah, because you had to look like way up,
Oh
like
yeah, my chiropractor bills are. Just,
Right?
but if you will allow me to talk about the kiosk for a
I'll
moment.
allow it.
We will.
So there are 3 kiosks that I distinctly remember playing as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them were at Walmart. One of them was oddly enough at a Kohl's.
A Kohl's,
A
okay.
Kohl's.
I remember Sears having one before for Super Nintendo, but not Kohl's.
Yeah.
Oh, no, some Kohl's did because some Kohl's could. I'm sorry to interrupt. Some Kohl's had like other things besides clothes, like video games.
Like the one actually,
Interesting.
our local Kohl's here in Toledo actually has more than just clothes.
The one by the mall.
Yeah.
It's an actual proper department store.
Yeah.
yeah, no, you can get like kitchenware items, clothes,
Mm-hmm.
toys, other things. Yeah,
I know the one out in Perrysburg does too, but just like that, I don't remember video games being there.
yeah.
So the first one that I remember at my local Walmart near my house was a GameCube one that you could play Star Fox Assault on.
Ooh.
Which
yes.
was
great game.
one of the better games in the franchise.
It is so underrated. It really is super underrated.
I agree.
Especially the multiplayer. Me and a
Star
couple
Fox-
friends
I
like to
think
play the
that probably
multiplayer.
got overtaken by Star Fox Adventures in its infamy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Refresh my memory. Which one was Star Fox Assault?
That was the one that came after Star Fox Adventure.
It was the GameCube one that was kind of more traditional, but had a lot of on-ground missions.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty good.
It was very underrated, I think.
So I remember that one. I remember Guitar Hero 2 for PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Good times.
Which the song that I always picked was I always did Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight from Spinal Tap.
I feel like you've referenced this in the
You did.
past.
I
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
Because that
That
was
is
the same one. I
correct.
think
During
some guy
the-
thought he could,
yeah. I think it was the actual Rhythm Games
yeah, I thought he
episode.
could do the Freebird one, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
and he royally failed.
Failed immediately.
Wah, wah,
Uh,
And then the other one, but those were both at Walmart. The one that I can distinctly remember at a Kohl's store was an N64 demo kiosk,
Oh.
and it just happened to have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Ah.
And I remember playing
This is kind of
that-
leading into the main topic now.
Yeah. And I remember playing that, and I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever. Because I had been hearing, because you have to think, I had been hearing rumors about this game.
Yeah.
It's like, because, watch the movie, okay, cool, pod racing's cool.
Yeah.
And then, the rumors start flying around, yeah, they're going to make an entire game based around pod racing.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, racing game, awesome. Racing game in Star Wars, double awesome.
Yeah.
Then actually seeing it, and I'm
With
just like,
the expansion pack.
yeah. And I was just like, I got to try it.
Yeah.
I got to try it. And of course, my mom's just like, we don't have time. She's like, oh, come on, Mom. Just let me, one race. She's like,
One race turns into 5.
one race turned into 5.
For real, did it?
It might have. Actually, no, in all honesty, it ended up being, it was like 3.
Okay.
Okay,
enough.
fair
But more than
enough.
one. More than
Definitely
one.
more than one. So those are probably my 2 favorite experiences when it comes to video game demos.
Yeah.
So, Chris, how about you?
Well, I actually have 3 experiences with demo discs.
3? Dang. You.
Well, 2 are pretty much kind of short.
Keep it
depending.
brief.
That's fine.
Anyway, the first time I ever got my PlayStation, it got bundled with a demo disc. Thank God for that. 2 games I can recall off the top of my head. Number 1, Spyro the Dragon.
Hey, there you go.
The other one, I want to say it was Gran Turismo, but don't quote me on it. All I remember was a racing game.
Yeah.
And I just remember the background music is like, this is a catchy tune.
Yeah. Gran Turismo had some really good jazzy kind of music.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was Gran Turismo because you mentioned jazzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did also play a PlayStation 2 demo disc from the PlayStation Underground magazine.
Yeah.
I believe it got bundled with it.
Yep.
The only game I can ever recall trying with it was Jack and Daxter.
Ah, great game, by the
Also
way.
good games.
Yeah, I don't I didn't really do much in it, so it's like I couldn't really figure out what to do, where to go, and whatnot. So I just explored the open world. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so what am I really doing here?
Right.
Yep. And funny enough, Kelly, I actually do have that exact same disc you were telling me about that got bundled with Soul Calibur 3.
Oh, nice. It's
Nice.
great.
So
It's
I
great.
do,
isn't
so I
it?
do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I only popped it in once, however. So anything else was like vague to me
I mean-
until you mentioned it right now. Thank you very much.
We could check that one out after the podcast. How does
We
that
could.
sound?
Definitely
Yes.
could.
All right.
And
Plan.
ironically, when I got my Dreamcast, I got bundled with a disc, and I'm gonna say that one's probably my most fun I've ever had playing the Dreamcast.
What was on the demo disc?
Well,
Well, thanks for asking.
when I first tried a kiosk with the Sega Dreamcast at a Target, it was Sonic Adventure.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
That's a
With
good
the
start.
open world that I was in, I didn't even know what the heck to do since I always thought it was like an open world thing. And Sin's got his hand up, so I'll let him go there for a minute.
Okay, no, so I gotta say this fucking like if there's a Dreamcast demo kiosk somewhere, if Sonic Adventure's not there,
They're
something
doing something
sketchy.
wrong. Yeah.
No, there's something sketchy with that Dreamcast. I'm fucking calling that now.
Yeah.
How
That or at least Adventure 2,
Yeah,
One of the
No,
two.
As long as it's a Sonic game. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
right.
But thankfully, the demo disc I played didn't have the open world thing. Just gave me an action stage to do, and that was that.
There you go.
So that made me double think. Maybe I should give Sonic Adventure a try now I'm experiencing this stage. I'm
Yeah.
glad I did.
Sonic Adventure and especially 2 are great games.
Yep.
2 is honestly the ending. I'm going to say this. The ending of Sonic Adventure 2 is like the Citizen Kane of game endings for children. I really feel like that. It's everything is just so like anime-esque. It's phenomenal.
I need to say this now.
Yeah.
Is Citizen Kane your all-time favorite movie?
Not really. It's kind of like one of those memes where they say like, "Oh, it's a Citizen Kane."
100% Citizen
Yeah.
Kane is overrated. I watched
Yeah,
it in
it
film
is
class.
it is a great movie.
It's great, but I don't
Yeah.
consider it the greatest movie ever.
For me, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Like
But we're badgering. We are.
Yeah, definitely
this
bad.
is
Sorry there, but I'm not exactly done my. I have the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
no,
move
no,
back
no.
to yours.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I agree. I apologize for the badger and everything, but I had to ask because every episode this motherfucker is like, this is like the Citizen Kane of whatever. This is the Citizen Kane of whatever. This is the Citizen Kane of SpongeBob.
And I will stop you right
Oh,
there.
I had to call it out.
That's
okay.
fine.
Okay, and go on, Chris. Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two fighting games that were on that disc. Ready to Rumble Boxing 2, which I tried once at
I
least.
fucking love Ready
Okay.
to Rumble. That was a
And another game which I now own, thank God, Power Stone 1.
Power Stone. Okay,
Two great
Capcom.
games right
We're
there.
calling you out. When is the Power Stone remake coming out?
When
Or
you
give us
can pay
Power
for
Stone
it yourself.
Collection
I'm
and
sorry.
Update it.
If we're gonna
I'm not that rich.
games that Capcom needs to remake, Resident Evil 4 doesn't need to happen. Remake Dino Crisis.
I was just
Capcom.
about thinking
Yes.
thinking
We
about the
need
other.
Dino Crisis.
I was literally just playing that for the first time.
Literally Resident Evil,
Yeah.
but with dinos.
I mean, who doesn't love throwing a pterodactyl into the ceiling fan?
Yeah.
Dino
that-
Crisis 3 didn't happen.
And last
Nope.
one, thankfully, also came with 2 missions to do in House of the Dead 2. And
Ooh.
that was probably the best disc I've ever
That
played.
is a very solid lineup right there.
Yes.
Honestly, if I'm gonna play a demo of House of Dead, 2 missions is perfect.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good way to let you know if you
Oh,
actually
Oh,
like
it
it or not.
is.
Yeah.
Plus, that's.
I mean, House of the Dead is kind of short to begin with anyway. So.
Yeah. Oh no, it is short. I agree with you, but
is
like
short.
I'm
One
just
of
saying,
the
like
best short games ever going to play.
Oh
Some
yeah,
of the
definitely.
Best bad acting you'll ever see.
Oh,
rail
absolutely.
shooters. So,
And
But now that I think we've covered everybody, let's move
Yeah.
on to the main show.
Actually,
Main
Actually-
topic.
since I brought him up, Grant, I'm glad to know someone else is also into the E series.
Yes. I didn't know you were
Well,
into E's.
Not yet, but
Okay.
one of the YouTubers I follow loves the E series. I'm glad to know someone in my friends list
Yep.
actually appreciates
C-
that.
come to me. I'll tell you all the best ones. The best ones, in my opinion. Just a quick side note. I would say the remake of 3. 8 is phenomenal, by the way.
I've heard things about 8.
Yeah, I haven't actually played all the way through 9, but it's pretty good so far. If I had to give one other one that was really solid, oh gosh, I do love the soundtrack of the first 2 games. They are like proto metal, basically.
Yeah.
Like they go hard for like TurboGrafx CD games.
Hey.
But anyway, yeah, that Ease is great. YS Ease, however you pronounce
Yeah,
it.
Y-
I think it's pronounced Ease. Ease.
I've
That's
heard
how it
it's-
is pronounced.
Yeah.
I read it. I pronounce it as wise.
I thought it was
That's
YS
how
for the
someone
longest
would-
time,
Well,
but
that's. I mean, because as part, cause like unless you look, the S is kind of the S part of it is kind of small, so you just look like a giant.
It kind of does too.
Come to think of it, wasn't there an anime for that series once? Like it was like
No,
yeah,
as
like
far as I know, there
Probably
hasn't.
not unless there was like an
Probably not
OVA or something.
Anyway.
no, I think there's.
But we are absolutely badgering.
Then we're kind of getting.
Yeah,
there,
we
so-
are.
Hey, can I come in real quick? Can I come in?
What?
Uh oh, do you want Uncle Hank? I thought you were going down to Texas.
No, I was about to fucking, but airlines are being jackasses. And they're too expensive. No, so I got a demo for you guys. Okay,
What?
so,
Yeah.
So you finally demoed your little stupid game that you're making?
No, so I had to take another game to make this demo for my SpongeBob board game. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like SpongeBob and D&D, but I had to use Mousetrap for it. So here, I'm gonna just put this right here. What do you guys think of it so far? What does it look like?
Ah!
What?
Why are you using
Why did you give
actual
us a mousetrap?
ass?
So it's not just Mousetraps, but Anthrax too.
Well, I guess
Anthrax.
Toss has to go to the decom unit.
Yeah.
Hey, so Ross, I love you, but sorry.
No, you're not.
I mean, well, no, he probably is. I'm not, but I just want you to
You're
try
never.
it.
You're never sorry for anything. You sorry piece of shit.
I blame you for that. Okay.
I blame you.
You can blame me all you want.
Hell,
but
I
you
blame the
can-
potato munchers who actually next door. I fuck off, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You
but-
owe me fucking money.
But
That's not my problem.
no, so like, okay, so tell me for this fucking board game is what? So you have like 18 different classes to pick from, depending on your race.
Okay.
And like, so with this, if you're the sponge class, you can be like sponge class. What the fuck is the sponge class, Hank?
Wait.
Like I get what he's saying, but it's
Hold
so
on.
stupid.
Why did you stat plankton?
Okay,
He's a one-celled organism.
that's why he's best for the rogue class. Just saying. I mean, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, he's got
But
a
all
point.
his
I'm
stats
sorry.
are gonna be one.
Except for his critical. As he look, if you look right here. It says here in the notes, his critical, if he does a perfect assassination, is 200.
I was gonna say his luck has got to be like close to zero, though.
If he does it
Honestly,
perfectly.
If anyone's being best game, it'd be Squidward, the Squid class.
Squid class seems pretty versatile.
Actually, okay, so fucking the squid.
Just don't let him be a bard.
No, so the squid race is forbidden from being barred, but it can be 9 classes at once.
Oh wow.
That's why you have 85 choices for the squid race.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't it be-
Is it bad that this actually sounds legitimately interesting?
Wait, Hank actually.
I-
Hank must have been high.
I'm half tempted to crowdfund this. Does anyone want to crowdfund this?
I mean, hey,
No, I'm
Kickstarter, anyone?
I'm still curious what the fucking mousetraps have to do with it, but okay. So like the mousetraps supposed to be the final bosses for like each fucking game.
But, like-
why are you using
but,
the entire
yeah.
board game of mousetrap? So it's like a big map and a small map at the same time.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you need 2 maps?
Oh hey, look, cocaine. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
well.
going to Texas now. Bye.
all right, you go. Wait. Ugh.
Bye, Uncle Hank.
Bye, Uncle Hank.
Okay.
Anyways, where were we?
Well, he's trying to license something, so.
So we were
Let's move
that
on
kind of
to that topic.
leads into our main topic, licensing.
license games,
Yes.
tie-ins, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call them.
All right.
Now, that's a good question. What defines a license game?
So like for this podcast, a
Yeah.
license game will be something like it could be comics, it could be shows, it could be movies.
Basically, a game based on a pre-existing property.
Yeah, anything based on a
Oh,
previous
yeah.
IP.
Yeah.
So
There's a good amount of them.
movie, comic, anime, whatever. Well, not anime because I think we'll do that for a separate
Yeah.
episode.
Anime
Yeah.
deserves to be done on a separate occasion.
Now if it was like a game before it was a show or movie, I'm not counting that.
Yeah,
no,
right.
right.
No,
It has
It has to be a
absolutely.
game based on like a movie.
A non-video game IP.
Yeah,
Like-
TV show, comic books.
I would also say a
whatever.
property that was meant to be multiple things at once should be excluded as well.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so like Spider-Man was comics way before it was a
Yeah,
show or
anything else, yeah.
And actually, I
There
think
were
there,
games of that before the movies.
I
came
think
out.
there was even live action Spider-Man came out before any of the games did too.
Really?
I think so.
Maybe in
I'm-
Japan.
That's what I'm talking about. I might have to double check that though.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
yeah,
anyway,
no.
But yeah, I
that's
think that
viewing for our viewers.
Yep,
That's
that should be the
that's what we
criteria.
That's our criteria for how
Yep.
we pick these things.
So for the viewers, I have a quick rant when it comes to fucking licensed
make
video
it
games.
quick.
Would you?
No shit, Sherlock. I gotta make a quick rant
If he's
quick.
gonna make that quick rant, maybe he should start the whole our
Okay.
circle discussion.
But
Yeah.
please.
So like growing up in the early to mid 2000s, hell, even the late 2000s.
What a time period.
It really was a time period. We had a lot of good games, but unfortunately, though,
We also had a lot of bad games.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a lot.
Unfortunately.
No, not a lot. No, that's an understatement. We have a lot of bad licensed games.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
every time a Disney movie came out, a Pixar movie
Pretty much
came
every
out,
big one.
No,
Yeah.
there was a game for Ratatouille. I'm like, how can you make a game about a rat making food? I mean, yeah,
I mean, I
But
guess-
they did it.
I mean, I guess you can make it into a cooking game.
no, it wasn't a cooking game though. Literally, it was you play as Remy the rat.
Was it
and
an action platformer?
It was.
They were always action
no.
platformers.
So I don't think it was an action platformer. I could be wrong, but I remember I played like a demo or some shit of it and stuff. It's literally you play as Remy the rat, and you're being chased by all the cooks and everything in the kitchen, and you're supposed to try to get the ingredients around or like get around the kitchen without being seen.
So it's a stealth game then.
Kinda, yeah.
At least they took a unique approach to that one, I guess.
Well, I mean,
If that's
'cause,
what you wanna
if
call
you
it.
see it
Yeah.
in the kitchen, you get the fuck out or kill it.
That's understandable, I guess.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, no, it was just like. Then you have the Incredibles game, you have the Cars game, you have the Meet the Robinsons, underrated as fuck movie, but awful fucking game, just
Yeah,
fucking saying.
yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just like, and like even AAA box office blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
would be games.
Green Lantern.
Everything.
So, do
Don't
not get me
even.
started. Do not.
Don't.
We're gonna badger the fuck out of this right now.
No,
No,
that's
this
a
is relevant.
that's a badger if I actually go into that. Which,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying that right now. That's one like that movie alone was just awful
Yeah.
for multiple reasons, but that game was even more
Yes.
atrocious.
So we'll
No.
leave it. Let us leave
Okay.
it as it is.
Okay,
You know,
good.
you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try to keep things short every time I do, but just all these games. Every time a movie came out, there was a game on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow,
This
why
didn't
is-
even exist in the
No.
2000s.
Yeah,
The 90s had some.
the 90s had,
we had
some.
We had
but it
good
wa-
ones, but when they were bad,
No,
were they bad?
No, I mean,
Yes.
no, but I mean like the 90s. It had some, but it wasn't like every week. Here's
No.
a movie-based game.
It felt like 95% of licensed games sucked balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it was just cheap. It was just,
Yep.
it was just a cheap cash.
It was a way to make some money.
That's all it was for.
Yep.
Yep.
On the plus side, there
It was
were some licensed
strictly
games that
marketing.
came out that were even better than the actual product here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that most licensed games that come out now tend to be a lot better
because
than
they're
they
actually
were.
trying for
Yeah,
the
they're actually
business.
trying
Some
now.
of the companies are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's mostly because nowadays developers kind of have whoever they're licensing the IP from kind of breathe it down their neck,
Yeah.
like, "Don't you ruin our,
Yeah.
don't ruin
This
our
is our
branding.
name."
You better not ruin our branding, or we're gonna get you."
Right. Exactly. So yeah,
Well, since he's talking about his bad games, I'm assuming. Let's talk about what ones did you like? I see a pile over there. You have.
So
Yeah.
like this while is thanks to Chris over there. Fuck you, Chris.
You are welcome.
And like basically, I'm gonna talk about all of my good games are essentially gonna be based off this Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I mean, you gotta admit, it's
Badger.
pretty hard. It's
It's pretty
pretty hard to cock up Spider-Man.
No, back in the day, it was pretty easy to.
They made a
talk
couple
about
bad
Spider-Man.
ones.
No,
Like
they've made a lot of
Yeah.
bad ones.
Yeah,
but,
agreed.
But like as the games came out, they got better and better.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man for the Atari.
That doesn't
boy.
even count as a game. It's barely functional.
I'm gonna go with what Kelly said. You can fuck off, Ross. No,
It
like
existed though.
so like the one Spider-Man game on the PS1. Which how many did they have?
they had at least two, I know.
On the PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
I remember there was Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro.
Wasn't there the one with Doc Ock? Which one was that?
That'd be Spider-Man 1, I believe.
Okay, so
But
yeah,
with the
that,
most anxiety-inducing chase ever.
no, so like that. I mean, yeah, it's pretty anxiety.
I mean, come on.
I'll give you that.
thing.
Yeah.
No, so like no, that game for the PS1 at the time was like, holy shit, this is the best Spider-Man game you could ask for.
Yeah.
Because of the way you could move around and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the PS2 area with
Yep.
with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah,
game.
Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube was
Best
was
Spider-Man.
awesome back in the day.
No, even the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man games were pretty fucking
Huh.
legit as well.
I didn't even know they made those.
They did, but of course, like no one wanted to give it a shit
But
about it because.
but not many people liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
I thought he was good.
No,
He was
it's-
okay.
no, like people like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but everybody like once you hear that one critic, it's like it was a boring movie. It's not that good. or the villains didn't match the comics, everyone's like gonna shit on it, and I
Right.
hate that mob mentality.
I mean, again, all the Marvel movies are drastically different than their comic parts anyway, right?
For the
So,
most part.
well, outside of sharing the characters and
But I
similar
mean-
plot lines.
So like the MCU had to be different going forward for
Yeah.
obvious reasons. I'm
Right.
sorry to badger and go off track right now,
Keep it-
but
keep
it's
it brief.
relative. It's
Yeah.
relative at least. No, like the MCU had to go off track because licensing issues.
Yeah,
so it's like,
sure.
okay, that's fair.
Because
Right.
like Marvel properties were all.
Yeah.
yeah, all over the place. Yep.
Outside of one last character they don't fully own yet, they can do whatever now. And go
Who
back
is
to
that
it.
character?
Hulk.
They don't fully own Hulk?
Paramount.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
That probably explains
I-
why we haven't seen a Hulk movie. For a while.
Yeah.
No, like the
Huh.
last Hulk movie was Incredible Hulk, and that was a Paramount movie years ago.
2009.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
The Ed
Yeah.
Norton one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually a good
That's
one.
technically the only
Good Hulk movie.
It's also
Yeah.
the only
MCU.
MCU standalone Hulk movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because after
And-
that, you had Mark Ruffalo playing Hulk.
Yeah.
So the reason for that, Ed Norton would have been the current Hulk still,
But he's
But because
Edward
of-
Norton.
but no, because he wanted more money and they wanted to pay him less money, and
Yeah.
because like back and forth, he said, she said on
Mhm.
who's an asshole. That's
Yeah.
why he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting into
It's
that.
like the
Which,
reason we don't
I
have Terrence
complain-
Howard as Brody.
Which I complained about Mark Ruffalo at first because I didn't feel like physically he matched what Bruce Banner should have been. Over time though, I've actually grown to like him.
No, so like Mark Ruffalo, I think is perfect Bruce Banner material. As Hulk, though, that's where I'm like, but
Yeah.
you goes to say anyone can be Hulk for the CG parts.
You
Yeah.
don't know who the
And
best
shit.
Hulk was ever. Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't love
Because
Oh,
he
yeah.
actually was Hulk.
Right.
I love when he was in the fucking Ed Norton movie.
I'm,
There's
I'm,
also
Cameos as the
and
security
and
guard,
the
yeah.
With
very
Stan
first
Lee.
one,
Yeah.
too,
I'm gonna
Stan
I'm
Lee.
gonna badger us back in because we are definitely getting kind of off track here, gentlemen.
I was going to point out we all kept talking over each other right there.
Yeah.
Too,
So
No,
yeah. So you like the Spider-Man games? Is
Oh,
there anything else you'd like to share?
Okay, so along with so Spider-Man 1, the PS1 was the best one at the time.
Mhm.
Then we got the Sam Raimi games, which were even better.
Yep.
You had more openness, you had more range and
And
more abilities.
If I may.
Yes, you
And
may.
then I know in the first, the web slinging that.
Oh yeah, the web swing.
Yeah, the Leb's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Mwah.
especially
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
especially the second game too.
Yeah.
And, you know, I
2
think
was
it
even better than the first
I think
one.
it was those two, but whatever one had Bruce Campbell as the narrator.
Actually, all three of the Spider-Man games, as far as I know, have Bruce Campbell as the narrator.
Yeah, he
And
is.
another fun fact: it's thanks to Spider-Man 2 Sam Raimi game that opened the floodgates
Yes, it
for
did.
Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
After
Yes, it
that, for
did.
the
Oh, yeah,
open
definitely.
world.
Yep.
And if I'm gonna briefly before we move on to that one at the bottom, let's.
Oh no, that's the last one I mentioned.
Like I said,
That's
before
the last one.
I'm gonna mention the Spider-Man 3 game. Not the greatest game in the world.
That's because that movie was trash.
It was, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Sam Raimi films.
I love emo Peter Parker in that though. That one
I
was-
love it for the memes,
It was
but
memes.
I will forever say 3 was the worst
Yes,
one,
I will
and
agree
pretty
with
much
that.
and pretty much what killed the Raimi movies.
I would
Yeah, I
agree to
think
that.
most people would agree.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Also-
for
Yeah.
sure.
but that
Plus
game-
Topher Grace's Venom.
Topher Grace.
I'm sorry, I just don't
is-
believe Eric from that '70s show is a believable Eddie Brock.
No, you see, I could see Topher Grace being a version of Peter Parker. I could never see him as Eddie Brock.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah.
He's not a villain.
No, he's not.
He's too much of a
No.
goofball.
and,
Yes.
and a string bean, but that's besides the point.
That's-
No, so after the Raimi movies, there was of course the Andrew Garfield, which
Yep.
were also really good, even though no one wanted to give a shit or anything.
Yeah, I feel like
But-
he's underrated.
But then before this last one, my favorite Spider-Man game of like all time until this last one here was Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Okay, I
Because-
never played that one.
So it's the best one because you don't play as just Peter Parker. You play
as
as Peter Parker,
Yeah.
and then 2099.
Yeah,
And Miguel
No,
O'Hara.
all the Parkers at the
So-
time.
No, so you're playing as
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
you're playing as the Amazing Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
Spider-Man Noir,
Noir,
and
and
2099.
2099.
And,
Wow, okay.
And you get to have a villain from each of the universe's version,
Mhm.
and it's just because shit happens. You have to go get parts of a rock
Yeah.
from across the dimensions.
Wow. Okay.
And the way it intertwines, and they all know about each other
With
and
Madam
shit.
Web, voiced by the late great Joan Lee.
Ooh.
Well, she was only ever voiced by her.
Yep.
She was her from the get go. And
Yep.
I'm like, and because Stan Lee was like, I want my wife to be in the comics. And oh my god, fucking A. In the Spider-Man animated series, I'm sorry, Badger, but I have to.
Brief-
Spider-Man
keep
the
it brief.
animated animated series, when Stan Lee makes his fucking cameo in that show at the very end, he sees Madame Web and he's just like, "Who is that bodacious babe?" It's like, that's your wife with spider powers.
But hey, nothing wrong with that. But let's move on.
Yeah.
Yes, so
So-
Shattered Dimensions had amazing gameplay because each Spider-Man you played with had different
Like
Different-
Amazing was
different
your
gimmicks.
Standard beat 'em ups.
yeah, so it was your standard beat 'em up as well as web slinging and stuff. 2099 had was like Batman Arkham Asylum before Arkham Asylum
Oh,
came
wow,
out.
really?
Yeah, no, he really
Like
had
kind of stealth action.
stealth.
No, that was
not
Noir.
Yeah, Noir was the stealth action.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like gadgets and shit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And like special powers. And then Ultimate was you destroy everything.
Yeah.
You destroy
Everything dies.
Everything dies. But also in Ultimate's performance during the Carnage level, you actually, when you read the comics, you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, you fucking do. It was so great. But then we get to the best Spider-Man game fucking ever. Fucking fight me.
Yeah, I agree. The
Yeah.
new
Oh,
one
I'm
really
gonna-
is the best one.
2018 Spider-Man. Oh,
Yeah, and
Oh.
I cannot wait for the sequel.
right.
I know nothing outside of who's the two of the villains in it
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
one voice actor. Outside that, I cannot fucking wait.
and we're gonna
But
Yeah.
keep,
Yeah, but-
we're gonna keep
That bet, I think that deserves Marvel Spider-Man 2 deserves to come on PS4 as well as PS5.
Yeah.
I will definitely get a PS5 for that if it's only PS5. I'm fucking saying.
I
that,
think
though.
it's going to be only PS5.
probably,
By
but
the time
yeah.
it comes out, probably, but we'll see.
But, yep.
We'll see.
You can always come over to my place and play it.
or I could just get my own PS5 and play it
Wow.
myself. And, like 2018 Spider-Man though, best gameplay overall. The web swinging is it makes you feel so free.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yes.
actually Spider-Man.
I love how you can like do the dives and then you like go
Dive, right.
faster as a
Yep.
result.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I would say the web swinging in that game was the best
Yes.
for a long time. There's really
It still
only
is
one-
probably the best.
It's
Like the
one of
Raimi-
the
like those
There's
ga-
really only one other game with Spider-Man in it where the web swinging actually still feels that good.
It'd be the Raimi and the Amazing Spider-Man games, yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say the Lego Marvel superhero games do the web swinging really well.
LOL.
Yeah,
Really?
I've never
For
played those.
it's a lot more simplified, but both of them, particularly Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, the web swinging, if as any spider power character, not just Spider-Man himself,
Yep.
the web swinging is surprisingly crisp.
Huh.
All right.
Which is
I-
funny because it's a licensed game within a licensed product
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I think I actually recently got that game for free too, so I might have to take you up on that and check that game out.
Oh yeah.
Other fun
Yeah.
things that make 2018 some of the best one, besides the fluidity of when you're swinging, like
The acting,
that too. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking on pure web swinging.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you can land on things and jump off and
All the
keep going.
gadgets are pretty awesome too. Like I like the one where you can launch the guys in the air and like keep them floating, and then
Yep,
you just
that's
punch
good.
them. That's fun.
When you're trying to swing and like get someplace fast, and you can actually go through fucking like people's windows and
Yep.
shit.
Or the water towers.
Yeah. Oh, I just.
Or if you're really good, you can press your buttons and do little flippy tricks and spins while you're in the air. There's actually a trophy you get for doing like a bunch of them.
I
at
did
once.
that one on accident too. After like 10 minutes of the game.
Yep. I mean, I platinumed it.
Oh, same. Fucking,
Same here.
I was.
I didn't platinum Miles Morales because I didn't get enough of a shit about it afterwards to keep going.
I did. Fucking. That game is fucking amazing.
But I mean, I
Yeah.
platinumed.
I actually haven't played Morales, and I own
It's-
it, and
I
because
mean-
I was going through all the DLC of the original one.
I mean, Miles Morales is. I mean, you're not missing much.
I mean,
It's like a media expansion, basically,
Pretty
right?
much.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But because like I feel like it's because this is just a theory of mine. I could be horribly wrong. I feel like it's gonna be as a way to introduce that might be multiplayer in the second game.
Yeah, I could definitely believe that,
And
or
what-
like multiple
Like, as
playable
far as the
characters
actual
at
DLC
least.
Stuff, the City
Yeah.
Never Sleeps trilogy that came with that. Mwah.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I was playing.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
believe me, there's challenge in that, especially the the third part, the third one.
I can agree to that because I
Silver
had
Sable
to
was
get
a-
all those trophies of the DLC.
It wasn't just that; it was just the fighting because you're fighting Sable the whole time.
Yeah.
I was on
And the
part
Sa-
2 last
oh,
I
the
played.
The Sable
So
guys are a pain in the ass.
But yeah, no.
I
So
hate 'em.
I
You were a
think
pain in the dick even before that.
Exactly.
So I theorized for the next Spider-Man game is because of the Miles Morales thing. This will be a way to introduce multiplayer, or it'll lead to a Spider-Verse game.
One thing we won't need. One thing I hope they don't put in the next one is the little stealthy sections like they had in that one.
speaking of lead-in, you said you had some bad games you wanted to talk about.
We already did.
I mean, I kind of talked about all the fucking awful movie games in general, like how they kept coming out with movie games.
I thought you said something about a Batman game.
Oh, okay. So Batman Arkham Origins is trash. Fucking fight me, scrub.
So I haven't actually played that one yet. Tell me why that one sucks.
So like, it had potential.
Uh-huh.
Rocksteady, of course, did Arkham Origin.
All the Arkhams.
Yeah, all the Arkhams except for Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
They gave that to fucking who Montreal.
So it's the one that's non.
Montreal.
It wasn't Rocksteady.
It was something Montreal.
So that's why it kind of sucked. Okay.
No, because Canada's awesome. I love Canada.
Yeah.
No, so like fucking, it's not because they switched studios, but because they didn't like the studio didn't have all the shit and was like, hey, we're gonna do a prequel game to tell people how the first Batman Arkham game fucking starts.
Okay.
And it's just like the game doesn't truly actually follow the actual lore like at all.
Oh, really?
And it acts like basically it's like trying to be like, oh, this is like 2 years before the first Arkham game, but also like a week before the first Arkham game at the same time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you?
Is it 2 weeks or 2
They don't
months
know.
or 2 years?
And the premise been like they had a good setup because they had all these villains in it.
Yeah.
It was all led by Black Mask, or so we think.
No, like
And then
Is that a spoiler or something?
oh no, I'm gonna straight up say the spoilers anyways because this
Just-
game's been out
it's-
for fucking ever now.
Sure.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Skip
everything-
ahead if you're.
You
Yeah.
think you're gonna fight back, but surprise!
Yeah.
It's Joker. It was Joker.
Of course it was
No,
Joker.
like,
Of course.
I love the Joker. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, but-
dear Lord, am I fucking sick of the Joker.
Yeah.
And for an Arkham game, and it's like, holy shit, the Joker is probably gonna be an Easter egg at most in this
Yeah.
game.
No.
I can get behind that.
Sure,
And
yeah.
then like
No.
an hour into the game, you're like, oh no, Joker's the main villain. Okay, what a fucking shock.
And they
Right.
made Black Mask look like a total bitch.
Yeah, no, fucking
Like the whole story behind, if I may,
Go ahead.
the whole story behind why he has it is because it's burnt to
Yeah.
his face.
Right.
Well, that's because of Catwoman.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then
No.
just make a Joker just go, oh, I can take it off. I'm Black Mask now, and I can put it on. And
Well, because like Catwoman didn't do the thing because you know it's an origins. Game,
Yeah, it's a
you know?
different story.
So
I
it's
get
supposed to
that,
be, it's
but
supposed to be before that shit
and
happens.
they also hyped up a really cool boss fight, and it was a dud.
Oh yeah, no. So they try to hype Bane up to be like this will be the true
Not just
boss
Bane,
fight.
Deathstroke.
yeah.
Especially, oh my god, Deathstroke is.
That is, to me, is the best boss fight of the game. Deathstroke.
I can't even call it as a boss fight
That was
considering it
bar-
lasts like
that was
30
more
seconds.
That was a tutorial.
Yeah, that was a tutorial
That was
right
a
there.
tutorial.
And you only fight him the one time, and then
And then you never see him again.
until Arkham Knight. Then you see him again.
Yeah.
But that was also like a shitty fight. at
And
that
even
point.
then, that was bullshit.
No, oh my god, that's not bullshit. It was funny. It was funny in Arkham
But,
Knight.
yeah, but still.
But like no, so like the way Bane's introduced in this game, you're like, holy shit, Bane's supposed to be smart, like he's supposed to be,
right.
And then it's like, no, Bane's dumb. He made him dumb.
They just made him a dumb-dumb.
Like Bane used to be a great character in the comics. He was,
He's-
he
He literally broke Batman.
He was intellectually on par with Batman.
Yeah.
He's the only villain to discover his identity on his own.
He's supposed to be like the antithesis in a lot of ways.
I mean, that was the whole purpose of him in
Yeah.
Long Halloween. And
Right.
then afterwards, they were like, "Oh no, he's just the strong one who wants to smash everything. That's all he wants."
He's our Hulk, basically.
the anti-Hulk.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Which is
just
sad because Bane is such a freaking cool character.
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
he
And,
was
and
totally.
that's-
Especially,
and now-
especially when you know when you learn how he's able to resist mind control. You know how
Yeah.
Bane resists mind control?
I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know-
Please
well-
tell.
So what did Bane do to mentally discipline himself to resist mind control? You know what he does? Anyone tries to read Bane's thoughts, you know what they're gonna get? It's just him reciting soccer scores.
Really?
He trained himself so that the only thoughts you can pull out of him is just him reciting scores of old soccer games.
Wow. Huh.
Which
and,
I
that-
respect.
and that's how he resists mental manipulation.
That's
That's
pretty neat.
pretty nuts.
And plus,
Yeah.
they also had like, you can fight all these bosses because the whole point is, Black Mask puts out a massive contract on Batman, and you get all these bosses. They're thinking, oh, they're gonna be all big boss fights. No, there's only big boss fights for like 2 of them.
Yeah.
and
okay.
And some of them were actually side quests too.
Oh, really?
She-
Wow.
Lady Sheila.
Yeah, no, like a number of them that you're like, this is gonna be great. Is straight up just do side quests and then you can kill them. They have nothing to do with the actual fucking story.
Yeah.
The first boss you come across because he's the introduction boss is Killer Croc.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
And-
that was the intro.
Yeah, and fucking they completely changed the design, which makes no fucking
From
sense.
the later games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because chronological.
Well,
later games,
yeah, so I mean, yeah.
And you're like, don't get me wrong, I love his design in Origins, but it doesn't make sense for what he looks like in the
Later
other
on,
games.
yeah.
And then
Especially when we evolved to later.
no, so then they make a bullshit excuse of, Killer Croc is always evolving. That's why he will look different after Origin. I'm like, fuck you with your bullshit fucking jump the shark answer.
Yes.
That
Jump-
does not fucking make sense.
You mean jump
Then-
the croc?
You mean punch the ball?
jar?
Jar!
I had to do a jar joke. It's been too long.
You're fucking trash and you deserve it.
Fired.
And
Fired.
again, if we can get through one podcast without a jar joke,
That would be a
Impossible,
miracle.
impossible.
or it's
But
at the end of the world.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But anyway,
So-
I guess to recap here, just so we can.
No, so basically, okay, so like to summarize as well,
Yeah.
along with like, basically they keep changing everyone's ages to how it's like this doesn't make sense because when Barbara Gordon's this age, she's not gonna be Batgirl until this age, and
Yeah.
by then she's already like the age she was in Origins does not compute with how she's already Oracle in Arkham.
They don't explain it enough, basically.
No, like basically, there's like if I remember correctly in Arkham Origins, they made her like 14, and she doesn't become Oracle until she's 19, and after being crippled by the Joker and
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, so what you're saying is this game takes place
Like 5 years, yeah.
before. Well, I mean, give or take 5 years before Arkham Arkham Asylum. And then you're like, no, this is like 2 years before. I'm like, so she was Batgirl for 2 years and then got crippled. Like, it does not fucking
Yeah.
compute. It does like none of.
So they
the-
try to change the canon up too much, you think?
Well,
Yeah.
the canon for the Arkham games.
For the
yeah.
Arkham
Yeah,
version.
right. That's what I
And
mean. Yeah.
it just didn't compute with me. And some people will be like, "Oh, it's whatever." And it's like, no, fuck you. If you're gonna make a sequel game or a prequel game,
Yeah.
make it make sense.
Right,
It has
yeah.
to line up.
It-
Just like some of the gadgets they brought back in there, but one of the gadgets they introduced in Origins, where wasn't the rest of them? The shocky gloves.
No,
They
fucking.
introduced shocky.
Okay, the detective vision in Arkham Asylum was awesome. Arkham Origins, it's far superior in every way. What the fuck happened, huh?
I was
Why?
talking about
but
shock-
it-
I
but
was
it-
talking about the fact that you could have you got the shocky gloves
No.
taking down the electrocutioner.
Oh no, I get that, but I mean, like, why does he have a better detective vision in the Origins than he does later on?
That could be explained why he's got a better bat suit than an Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, why is his detective vision suck in comparison and to like?
And that's kind of the problem with prequels in general. Is like
It just raises too many questions.
well, especially with game sequels, is like they introduce new mechanics that weren't in earlier games, and it creates this like logical dissonance basically between the player and like how the game works.
I don't mean for this to be like a badge or
Yeah.
anything, but this is a comparison. Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid's 1 and 2.
Sure.
You have a great fucking radar and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3, no, you have a shitty radar.
Well, they-
because-
well,
Well,
that
there's
makes
a point
sense
that there's
though.
a-
Yeah,
no,
that did.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That makes sense.
You're right.
Yeah.
Why couldn't Arkham Origins do that?
Sure.
Montreal most likely didn't get the memo when they were thinking
It
prequel.
No,
really probably comes
They-
down to
They
that.
really weren't because they were like, let's make a better game. Well, you suck at that.
Well, you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. I pretty much
But
suck at doing that.
all right, I think
But yeah,
we're-
so that's
Yeah.
that's my worst licensed game that I can think of at the moment. So
Sure.
I'm sorry that took way too fucking
That's
long.
fine.
But,
That's
yeah.
okay. We'll
So-
move on to Kelly here, I think, next.
I
Oh, is
believe
it
so.
finally?
For-
It's finally
Is it
your
my
time.
turn?
I
It
am
is.
so sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what was this about? I thought we were supposed to limit it to like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Tell our moderator that.
Yeah, that was kind of partially my fault, but your turn, sir.
Shit happens, unfortunately.
Yep.
I gotta say his anger
face.
face at you is adorable.
Could you point that at the camera, please?
And there go the glasses.
He's just got that lip right there.
Kelly, please tell me.
Wood.
So, licensed games. Do you want the good or the bad first?
Let's
Bad.
start
Start-
with bad.
Start
Let's
with
start
the
with the
yeah. Let's
bad
start
Okay, starting with the bad. Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
with yes.
That's fair. That's
That's
very
no
fair.
fair.
Very.
Yeah, I'll be fair with that.
I wanna start off by the absolute falsehood on the front cover saying digitized graphics from the hit movie.
It's not a hit.
What hit movie?
Yeah.
There-
It's a movie.
That's clearly
Whoa,
a typo.
hold on.
That's
And for me, I actually enjoyed that movie, truth be told.
it was.
You're the only
You were there when
person.
you were 12.
I still like it to this day.
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
come on,
wait,
Raul
wait.
Julia's Bison.
Wait, okay, so I need to say, some people did enjoy it. Yes, I'm not gonna hate on that or whatever. But just because some people enjoy it doesn't mean it was a hit.
No.
A hit means it was a blockbuster.
I was going to say hit means
Fair
it was,
enough.
Yeah.
a hit
Yeah.
means it was financially successful,
And
which
was
it
not.
wasn't.
No.
Yeah, how much money did that movie actually
Not
lose?
enough.
I don't know.
Like I think
Too
it,
much.
I think
Too
it-
much.
Yeah,
Enough. Like the
I
thing-
also love how on the back of the box, one of the selling points is digitized backgrounds and characters from the hit movie. Again, including Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love
Yeah.
the fact that they have to have Jean-Claude Van
They
Damme's
have to
name as
to
a
sell
selling
it.
point.
I mean, to be fair, it's a good selling point.
Is it though?
Well,
For that, no. If they were gonna make a good game out of the Bloodsport movie, okay.
Actually, you want more digitized stuff? The arcade version of this game is more digitized than this.
no, really.
Yeah,
Oh.
this
Yeah.
just looks like pixelated
Mishmash of
Blah.
garbage.
Let's see here. This looks like.
Half the time it didn't even play right either.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? There was this one knockoff of Mortal Kombat, the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed it. You know what
Oh,
I'm
is
talking
is it the one with the where the guy had like the kilt and like there was the fire from the kilt?
Kasumi
Yeah.
Ninja.
I
Yeah,
think
Kasumi
that's-
Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this reminds me of that. With
Kasumi.
how it looks. Fuck yeah, is that trash?
And that was for the Jaguar.
No, that's
which-
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
will
is
be
on
bringing
the
that up.
This
Saturn.
is the Saturn.
I'll be bringing something up revolving the Jaguar when it's my
Ooh.
turn.
So yeah, that's probably whenever anyone mentions bad license games, that's always the first one that pops into my head.
Hell, when it comes to that, if I may,
Yeah.
If you may,
yes, when it comes to that movie, the only thing people remember now is
of course.
exactly. Or when I came to your village, it was the greatest day you have ever experienced in your life. For me, it was just Tuesday. Because Raul Julia, that man is a
Well,
legend.
Miss them. Miss
Rip.
them. Gone too soon.
Press F in
Press
the
the
chat.
keys for
What's
all
up in the
of
chat,
you.
everybody?
Too bad there's no chat here.
There's
Nice.
always a chat.
In the future.
My second bad license game. Anyone here remember a movie called Wanted?
Yep.
I never
James
saw it.
Mc-
but-
Arthur Bullet.
Yep, James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, Morgan Freeman, a completely pants-crapping, insane, but fun action film. Had a video game called Wanted Weapons of Fate.
Okay. Tell me
I
about it.
played it. I actually tried to play it. I couldn't get past the first mission because the combination of the difficulty curve,
Uh-huh.
the appalling lack of ammunition for your firearms, which is the
That's kind of stupid.
which is the central point of the gameplay. There isn't a lot of hand-to-hand combat. It's mostly gunfighting.
Yeah.
They actually tried to include the bullet curving mechanic in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It never works.
Really?
That's the
That's
whole
the whole
selling-
point.
It's the whole selling point of the game.
And the premise of the movie.
And the premise of the movie, it's
Yeah.
kind of a big plot point.
Kind
is
of the main
learning how
deal.
to do that,
Yeah.
and it never works in the game. I tried it. I tried it for like an hour playing this thing, and I'm just like, why can't I get this to go where it's
Why?
like
Just
it's
why?
supposed to be, you hold a button down, and that enters the adrenaline mode where you can curve the bullet, and then you're supposed to use the left stick as your cursor so that you can direct the bullet's trajectory, right?
Yes.
And it even shows like an arc on the screen of where the bullet's trajectory is going to be.
It never did.
The minute that you
Fire it.
fire it, it would always go random.
Random. So like there was no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
It would just curve.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it wouldn't even curve. Sometimes the bullet would just fly straight normal. It's like, no, I'm trying to aim around this corner to
Yeah.
hit this guy that's hiding behind this wall.
Uh-huh.
Why won't you let me shoot the guy behind the wall? I'm supposed to be able to do this.
This is supposed to be a fun game, damn it.
Did they say this mechanic was supposed to be in the game?
yeah.
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 Dude, it's the
It's-
whole purpose of the movie.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of
It's a major plot point.
it's
of
a
the movie.
major plot
Yeah.
point of the film, and it's the core mechanic that the game is supposed to be built around.
Supposed to
and
be.
it doesn't work. And the only thing that makes it worse is the fact that the game makes fun of you if you try to play on an easier difficulty.
Oh,
Because it is so.
it's like if the game is good and they do that, then so be it. But
I'm gonna cost of risking vulgarity. Easy mode, the easy difficulty in that game is literally called pussy mode.
that's kind of funny.
It's just like when you want to play the Wolfenstein says, "Don't hurt me, Daddy."
Yeah.
Well then, no, fucking funny enough, that game has a 7.9, a 7.3 on IGN, which I was going to show ratings on websites are bullshit.
Hey,
Very arbitrary.
Just remember, kids, you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
IGN.
You are correct there. You are correct.
You never heard that, Chris?
Never. That's
Really?
The first time I've ever heard that.
That's an
That's
old.
that's
gag.
that
old.
ancient.
I
yeah.
can't take credit for that. That joke's been around
Yeah.
for years.
And
No,
the thing
like-
is, IGN used to be good.
It just shows you how well I'm sheltered.
I
The
guess
only
so.
thing they use IGN for now is walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those would be my 2 worst licensed games that
Yeah.
I've played. 2 best licensed games I've ever played.
All right.
I'm glad that you actually mentioned Cars, the video game.
All right.
I had the GameCube version as a kid. That is probably the best of the Pixar licensed games. It's a combination, there's obviously racing because cars.
Yeah.
No, like I assume.
But there's
it was-
also open hub
Yeah.
world exploration. Like
Oh, wow.
you get to go to places and locations that you never see in the movie, and there's some actually legitimately
Good
fun,
lore.
not only fun to find secret areas, but actually difficult to get to. Like
Huh.
when you get to some of these places that are hidden in the map, it actually feels earned. And it is and the driving physics are solid. All of the mechanics are solid, top to bottom. It is a legitimately fun, and it actually rewards you for unlockables. You get extra characters, extra paint schemes, extra events that you can all do in the multiplayer mode.
So they actually put effort into this one, basically.
THQ were the ones that were the developers on it. They legitimately did a top shelf job on that
THQ
game.
did some good licensing shit.
They
didn't
did
make the
really
rest of-
well.
Hey, they did a Top Gear job, huh? Shake that jar for me.
Oh no. Anyway.
No. The fact that you asked for it, I'm not going to give it to you.
No, yeah, that's true. That's just
Ross.
I have standards. I don't hand out jar jokes like
If I may, Ross, if he ever asks for a jar shake because he knows his joke is bad, fart in his face.
Oh
If I
God,
have to-
no!
if I have to fart, I will do
Hey,
that.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to shake a jar, not kill me.
No, that's what you get. That's what you fucking get.
Asking.
No, so to clarify as
Yeah.
well, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, I'm glad I brought it up too. During my rant, I want to clarify for anyone when I was going about how there was a fucking game for fucking everything all the time. By no means did I say the Cars one was bad. I'm glad you're saying it was
You're
actually
just saying
good.
the fact that it came out
Yeah.
in so quick a time. Like
Right.
No, like if a movie came out this week, the game came out 2 days before.
Right,
Like, what the
exactly.
fuck? And I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, and like I'm not gonna buy every fucking game out there, so I'm glad someone played it and enjoyed it here.
Right.
And the fact that this is actually a good one, I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to play it now.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and then my second favorite licensed game that's actually good is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Everyone loves that one.
Yeah.
I love River City Ransom. Just side note, but go on.
It's a fun side scroller
it's a-
beat 'em up.
Yeah.
With retro style 16-bit graphics, and Chris, you actually have a little something here that I'm
Yeah,
gonna show
you have to show that on camera.
I didn't even know
actually
this was-
bought the limited run big time edition of the
Which I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, I'd never seen this, and it is
Because
freaking cool.
most-
What's really
because-
cool is if I may open the briefcase.
You may.
US.
Oh, that is just
How cool is that?
right.
It's like a little
plays the music.
good old diorama, basically 3D one
You got
too.
Ramona there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Scott to the left.
You've got the whole band.
Yep.
Well, Ramona technically wasn't part of the band.
True, it's the whole band plus Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were only a 3-man band.
Right.
But how
But
how
that is cool
is
because that is.
I didn't
cool.
even know that could do that. When
I didn't even
ordered
know-
it.
Yeah.
I don't even think they advertised it on the website.
The thing is, I didn't even know there was a physical version because that game was straight digital.
Yeah, I wish they would have re-released it so I could have bought it.
Digital version myself.
There are some non-limited run editions of this out in the wild at Best Buy, so you can.
Oh, really?
physical
Oh, I didn't
version.
know that.
Just
Okay.
Done that recently.
I kind of wanted to replay that game because
Because it
I
was
love
dead.
that kind of style of game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a-
a PS4. That way we can
Wow.
play.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, nice.
It
I would
is a
recommend-
solid beat 'em up, and the DLC is fun too because you initially only get 4 characters. You get Scott, Ramona, Kim, or Steven.
Steven Stills.
Th-
And
Steven
thanks to this
Stills.
complete
Which-
edition, it has all the DLC
Which
on
is
it.
funny.
Nice, nice.
Because throughout the movie, that's what they keep calling him, Steven Stills.
Yeah, they always address him by his full name.
Yep.
But for the DLC, you get 2 more characters. You get Knives, and then you also get Wallace.
Which
No,
honestly, it's
there you
worth
go.
it just for Wallace.
Especially when he has his move where he can throw his martini glass at
Yes.
you.
Nice.
I actually, someone remind me, what was the name of the Asian girl?
Nice.
Knives.
Nice
Okay,
job.
she was the best girl. Fuck Ramona.
Ooh.
I will
Oh,
fight
oh,
people.
oh.
That is a hot take.
Sounds like
Hey,
fighting
Ramona
words.
was played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. So,
Oh no, I'm talking about like the actual character themselves.
Scott wasn't any better.
No,
That's the whole point of the story. Is they're both horrible people that have to learn how to grow up.
Right.
No, like, yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. But I'm saying, like, with their personalities, though, Knives is where it's at. She's sweet.
I will agree to that.
and
No,
best
I can
girl.
agree to that.
Yeah, I'm just like, if we're talking about looks, I'm both of them at the same time.
I actually need to read the comics. I only watched the movie.
I have
So,
them all, actually.
I
They're at my
actually-
mom's house, but I have them.
Okay,
But
I
I
actually
did buy it
have.
recently.
I actually have.
Nice, nice.
Okay, fucking no one, fucking one at a time. Someone raise your hand. Fucking, I'm not having y'all talking the same fucking time. Kelly first.
So I actually do have the complete graphic novel series if you want to borrow.
Ooh,
it.
yes, I might.
But I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say Knives is not best girl.
Okay,
Kim is best girl.
that's fair.
You
That's
know what? I'll
fair.
give him that as well.
That's fair.
Kim dated Scott before all of them.
Yeah.
Ginger, drummer, says exactly what's on her mind, and you know exactly
And
where
plays
you
no bullshit.
Yeah.
and you know exactly where you stand with her, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kim is best girl.
Kim
Oh,
is honest girl.
Yeah,
Like
I will.
we're-
I'll put both of them on top tier for best girl.
I'll
That's
give you
what I
that.
would do.
Just like the part in the movie where she just.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I don't think anyone on the camera could see that. What was that?
Oh, that was me scratching my nose.
Just scratch your nose like this.
Yeah,
just
just like
scratch
that.
your nose.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
a-
it's
yeah,
an
like,
interesting
see
way to
that?
scratch.
That
Don't
was-
you? Don't you
You
agree?
gotta use double hands.
Scratch your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, good. Then that was itchy. That was
Yeah.
So that's my piece on probably my best and worst licensed game experiences.
That's fair.
Those are
That's
good.
very fair.
Chris, how about you?
Chris, shout out.
Well, I do got a purposely Badger moment because you two mentioned it. Simbi, thankfully you actually have Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions because it is recently growing in price.
Ooh, how
What
much?
is it?
PS3 version, as far as I know, is the most expensive version.
That's what I have.
Yes, I don't have the game yet, but I'm actually thinking about acquiring the game myself.
How much is it worth, motherfucker?
Post from Mel Jesus Rocks, who I follow. That game in store had it at $86.
86.
Oh
Wow.
damn! I was hoping for like 300. Be like,
Right?
fuck! I need to take
No.
care of my car payment.
The Xbox 360 version, for whatever reason, is less than that.
That-
Well,
I
that's
mean,
because it's the Xbox 360 version.
actually-
Well,
actually-
I think the real reason,
if I may,
yes.
I know why, because I dealt with this in arguments with people over which was better back in the day, Xbox or PlayStation, during all those console wars and shit. Because the Xbox One had a worse frame rate and glitched a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Ring.
No, it wasn't Red
Oh, no,
Ring.
that's the 360.
This was 360, but like it
Well,
was.
you said Xbox One.
That's
Yeah, you did.
good old
I apologize. When I said Xbox One, the Xbox.
the Xbox version of
Yeah,
it.
the Xbox version of
Freaking
it
semantics,
just
man.
had like was like glitchy as fuck and wouldn't let you
But
like
hey,
progress in some levels.
I
Sometimes.
guess I must have been lucky because I did own a if I'm gonna badger the Badger here,
Yeah.
I did have a 360 Elite at the time, and it survived the Red Wing twice
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, no, like fucking okay. When it came to some quick Badger, I apologize. When it came to certain games, it'd be like, okay, the Xbox version of this one is superior. The PlayStation one of this is superior. For Shattered Dimensions, PlayStation was superior. For Castlevania, Lords of Shadows, Xbox was superior. You know, things like that.
Okay, fair
so,
enough.
so basically, that's why the PlayStation version of Spider-Man is worth more.
Now we know.
And there's our intermission for the section here. We'll move
for
on.
Spider-Man part.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, since you mentioned the Lego games, the question I have for you is: have you played a majority of the Lego games?
I've played a decent handful. I played the first two Lego Star Wars. I tried the demo of Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Then I used to have both Lego Marvel superheroes. Unfortunately, I don't have either of them anymore. So I would say a decent handful of the Lego games. And I also had Lego Indiana Jones at one
Oh,
point.
I was about to say that, but
Main reason I'm asking that is currently on Humble Bundle right now for
Humble
$10
Bundle.
I can get 9 of these games on Steam. Here are the games that they're offering:
Oh, nice.
Lego Marvel Superheroes,
Okay.
Lego a movie the video game, Lego Jurassic World, Lego Avengers, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Lego Ninjago the movie the video game, Lego
the video
DC Supervillains, Lego The Incredibles, and finally the Lego Movie 2.
Oh, I
If any-
forgot. I also played Lego Batman.
If
The
anyone-
original.
That's the only one I've ever played,
If
actually.
any of you
I
guys
played
are
the-
familiar with them, would you say any of those games are worth it?
The Marvel superhero ones both are.
If Indiana Jones was on there, I would have said that.
So I can't answer that question because I've only ever played like Lego Harry Potter at a friend's house once.
I played a little bit of Star Wars.
Yeah, but no. Oh, and yeah, I played one of the Star Wars ones.
At least the first
But
three.
no, like fucking no. What I was gonna say was, considering when this episode's going to come out, there's no reason to bring up this humble bundle.
Well, I have to. Well, I'm only doing it because he brought up the Lego game.
Oh no, that's fair.
It's
But
relevant to the conversation.
oh no, it is relevant. I agree. But
It's
like,
gonna age like
It's gonna age
vinegar,
like
basically.
it's something
Plus,
like that. No, but
future people can and maybe keep an eye out for Lego games in the future.
oh no, they can definitely do that. But also, I've been noticing Lego games are getting advertised the fuck more right
Yeah.
now. I have like 18 emails from the last like 3 weeks advertising the Skywalker saga for Lego games, which by the way I can give two shits about.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Well, we'll see about that.
no, so anyways, I'm just saying like pulling up that exact list of all those games on this one humble bundle thing is just like when like luckily people will be able to be like, oh, I can Google that. This episode was
gonna-
recording then. I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
we may
That
possibly
was what
just
it was
we
at
might
the
just
time
cut this
we
part
were-
out, honestly.
we could.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll just say now, that was what it was at the time we were recording this. It's probably going to change by
But-
the time you listen to this.
honestly, yeah, get the, if it's $1 for all those, get them. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
$1. What are you gonna lose?
Yeah,
$1?
especially both of the Marvel superhero ones are definitely worth it.
That's
yeah.
all I
Even
need to
the
get
Batman
then.
was
Again, we're talking about 9-10 games for $1. What are you
Right.
losing?
Yeah.
$1?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy that for
For $1, good old RoboCop.
reference.
Ah,
Great movie.
Had,
and
yeah,
I
thank
almost-
you for bringing that into that. Then.
You're welcome.
RoboCop is a great movie.
it
Hey,
is.
agreed.
Now, which actually surprisingly, that is a licensed franchise.
Yes.
And
It's
who all
fine.
saw the trailer for the recent RoboCop game?
Wait, they're coming
Wait,
out with
they're
one?
doing a RoboCop game?
A first-person RoboCop.
Oh, I saw that. Yes,
And like
that actually looks
you've
kind of
lost
cool.
Me. I don't do first person.
So I can do first person.
Yeah.
That's no problem for
Same.
me.
I do
but
first person.
Honestly, for something like
I walk around in first person all the time.
Shut up.
I'm used to it.
go fuck yourself.
Okay,
Anyways.
coach.
And the fact they're bringing Peter Weller back as
Yeah,
well,
that's kind of
No,
cool.
honestly, so my opinion on a RoboCop first person game, it's like it had to be a VR. It would have to be
I
VR.
would agree to
I
that.
do feel it would have been better VR though.
The
yeah.
reason why is because like you see, depending on which RoboCop movie, what he sees and stuff in
Yeah.
his helmet here and there. So it's
Yeah.
like I want to see that in
Right.
VR.
I agree with
But if it's not gonna be in VR, it's like I want to be third person because I want
Yeah.
to see my robot buddy.
Yeah. I want to
Well,
see Peter Weller.
let's pray. If the love of God, it comes to PlayStation VR 2 with
And
additional
hopefully they're
features.
doing with
Yeah.
Peter Weller, they're going to bring back. We're going to get Kurtwood Smith to reprise as well as Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, as far as licensed games for me goes, I'll get my bad ones out of the way. I've got a bit of an honorable mention. I did like this game, and when I rented it a couple times, but now I'm hearing it's a bit
It's a bit
not so good
if
on,
it's
in
what
the
I'm thinking
community.
it is.
Yeah,
Is
and it's
it?
a game I recently acquired too.
Oh,
What
yep,
is
yep,
it?
yep, yep. I remember
The
playing
game
this. It's janky
on
as hell.
PlayStation 1, Star Wars Master
Ah,
of Terrace Cassette.
yep.
Ugh.
It's
It's,
it's not
it's an honorable
particular.
mention for
It's a
me
good
because
premise,
I
but
did
they-
actually enjoy this game a little
A
bit.
good premise, but man, it was janky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit this game is janky, but for me, the fun like a jank.
Yeah.
If
That's
you
even a thing.
So if you play it in short bursts, it's fun. But like if you
Hey,
try to
playing
play
it
it
is-
serious,
Playing
Yeah,
is-
that's a different thing.
Hey,
Just
Yeah.
play
playing
for
is a
fun.
tough-
Don't be
My
serious
favorite, my
with the
favorite
game.
one
Right.
to play as in this game was the Tusken Raider.
And surprisingly, like, here's the one thing I don't get. You play as Princess Leia in this game. She wields kind of a double-sided saber
Oh,
or something. It's like,
Mara
what
Jade.
the hell
That's-
is
Mara
this?
Jade.
Yeah.
That was her being Mara Jade.
Like, does that make any sense?
No.
why didn't they just
Oh,
make
it
Mara
makes
Jade a
much-
playable
it
character
makes
then?
not as much as Arden Lynn, who is just made specifically for that.
Yeah, but however, though, my main two picks for bad game.
Okay.
Games. And number one, it's going to go to Spider-Man and 3 from the Sam Raimi game.
Yeah. that
So
was-
is it really that bad then?
Yeah.
I never played that one.
I'll be
So
honest.
If I may.
I will
First
also
thing-
have.
well,
I'll
before
make
that.
I would like to make a point when it's my time.
I should
okay,
mention.
I think Chris should go first, gentlemen.
Obviously.
I do have the Wii version in my hand, but back in the day, I should have looked to a generation above into the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games. Since,
Now, technically, keep in mind the Wii was the same generation as,
yeah. The
but
Wii and
it, but
PS2
obviously,
really are the same game.
Yeah.
They do have some differences with the 360 and PS3 editions.
sure, yeah,
I should have went with a PS3 version at the time.
well, yeah, obviously.
Because apparently in that one you can kind of play as New Goblin, I believe, and be a DLC.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, last boss fight in this one, I don't know how many times I raged so much trying
many.
to beat that.
Beat.
Fight. So
Too
you're
many.
fighting Venom one round, then
Yeah.
Sandman, then
Right.
Venom a second time
Ah.
in the same thing in one life bar.
With one life bar. Ooh, and there's 3 bosses.
I mean, it's a final boss fight. It's 3 phases.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Multi-phase boss fight.
Yeah, if it's not a multi-phase boss fight, it's not a final boss fight.
Sure.
I mean, you're not
Yeah.
wrong.
And there were some quick time events which we were talking about earlier, which I did not like.
I'll bring up the one famous one, but not my turn yet.
No, fucking.
If
bring-
I'm,
Actually, bring it up right
If it's brief, sure.
okay. It's
because we're
basically
still on this game.
like
Yeah.
these cult scenes in that are so silly. Like there's some of them you want to fail them because of what happens.
Really?
One of the most famous ones is you're in a burning building.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. What you're supposed to do is make Spider-Man swing to save a girl, or some scientist strapped to a bomb. When you fail it, he face plants, and the lady goes, "I'm gonna die." But completely, and the way her character model looks is just so. I'm gonna die.
so bug-eyed and everything.
Like the only reason I even know about half the gameplay is watching the Grumps play it with best friends.
They could have acted like, I'm gonna die!
I'm gonna die.
She literally just says, "I'm gonna die." When you face plant, "I'm gonna die." it's like there's sometimes with certain games, that one's the cutscenes you want to fail at least that one just because it's so funny to fail.
But yeah, no. Overall, though, I will say, even though I love the Spider-Man games, the Spider-Man 3 of the Sam Raimi is pretty fucking trash.
Yes.
Like the gameplay, for some reason, they went backwards on how it all works.
So it
Oh,
regressed a
yeah.
lot.
With the Wii version, I can vouch this because how the swinging works, as you can actually, and when jumping, push the B button, and you can also use the nunchuck Z button for your other hand too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
So like the Wii version had a lot of potential because
Sure.
of just web swinging.
Yeah,
but
movement.
it's
Yeah.
also-
But they
it's-
fuck up.
It's also the Wii, so there was a lot.
There was a lot of like
Yeah.
the Wii. They could have done so much more with a lot of the Wii
I
controls.
was on the high with number one. It was the sequel to the second film.
Which the
had
second
been
one was
better.
great.
The
Yeah.
Wii was an experiment.
And
gone
number
wrong.
2, the Wii was still fairly new and
Yeah.
at the peak of its hype.
No,
Sure.
honestly, if they were using the modern day like Switch controls for it and stuff, I think it'd be a much better game.
I would agree.
Would have been,
Yeah.
but it's too late now.
Yep.
I was gonna make a fucking jar joke. I'm glad I stopped myself. Holy fucking
I
shit.
kind of
We
want to
don't
hear it,
wanna turn
but
this into the
yeah.
sin jar. Anyway,
Yeah. The sin jar.
No, I'm turning that into a Yu-Gi-Oh card now. The Sin Jar. There
Yeah.
we go.
Turn the card 90 degrees to put it in play or whatever.
Okay, now
but
you
anyway.
can shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
And you lost.
and the other bad game
Oh, what do you
license
got?
I've got right here, which also was covered by AVGN.
Okay.
Now, what you got?
I do eventually want to beat this game in the future. Wolverine on the NES.
Wolverine.
Yes.
Good
Were
luck with
you-
that.
The
Were
infamous
you-
LJN game.
Were-
LJN in general is just kind of garbage.
Where using the claws
Not all
actively
their
hurts
games
you.
are bad.
Most of them, though.
Okay,
Most, yes.
name me 5 LJNs that are actually good. 5.
Spider-Man, I'm based off the animated series. A Super
Maximum
Nintendo,
Carnage.
I'm also going to give that to the Genesis version as well.
Punisher was kind of cool.
No, if it's the same game but different console, I'm not counting that. It's the same thing.
Maximum Carnage.
Okay.
Actually, wait a minute. You know what? I'm just gonna. To me, this one's mix of bad and good depending upon it. Spider-Man, X-Men, Arcade's Revenge.
Nah, I'm good.
So why was that one? I never played that one. I only played
It's gonna have to take you a while to actually beat
Okay.
this one.
it.
It's kind of a learning curve to get to know the stages and whatnot.
Okay. I gotcha.
But thankfully, there's an infinite lives trick. Like you, well, not kind of trick, a way to accumulate more lives, which, thanks to Pro Jared Plays, I found out about.
That's
Okay.
good.
If we are going to talk about bad licensed games, there's no bad licensed game maker or publisher than the Laughing Joke and Numb Nuts.
Yep.
But anyway, Wolverine and Spider-Man 3, are my bad games. My good games, and I had to think really hard on which ones I wanted to play for this one. And we kind of already mentioned it earlier, thanks to Sin
Yeah.
and Spider-Man on the PlayStation.
Hey,
And right
there you
now-
go.
App.
Now, granted, I could have probably come up with a couple other ones, but I actually really enjoyed this game.
Yeah,
yeah, no,
sure.
no, it was
It was a good game.
At the time, it had great gameplay, it had decent graphics and shit because
That shit-
PS1. Actually, Rhino's face is fucking terrifying. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't know.
Fucking.
What do you have signed on that?
Oh, yeah. I actually met the music guy who did this.
Oh,
Tommy
cool.
Tellerico,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
which
I
he was
remember
actually. You guys also met him too, since he was
Video Games Live.
Yeah, the CEO of Video
The
Games
day I
Live.
lost my hat.
Okay, so I need to make a badger. I want to embarrass Chris. Is everyone
Story
fine
time.
with that?
Story time, everyone.
If it's quick.
Please,
Oh, it's quick. It's
Okay.
please do.
So-
I know where you're gonna go with
So
this.
everyone's fine with me embarrassing Chris, right?
I definitely am.
It's
Okay.
a funny story.
Actually, I'd embarrass myself if I could.
Kelly, you fine with me embarrassing Chris?
He wants to hear me get embarrassed.
Do it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
embarrassing.
I got-
what are you waiting for?
I got Emperor Kelpatine telling me to do it. So okay. So this is the first time I ever been to Video Games Live. It's kind of my last two, but if we ever go again, so I'm down for that. I'm fucking down for that. It was me, Ross, Chris, and another friend of ours. We fucking got there. We checked into our hotel room and stuff. Then we're like, okay, let's go enjoy the concert and shit, right? And Chris likes to get signatures from fucking everyone.
Nothing
Oh,
for-
I got experiences with that one.
Yeah, you got experience. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah?
a fucking.
Been about under. Yeah, I was about to say that.
And
So
there's nothing wrong with wanting autographs.
there's nothing wrong with wanting autographs.
But
no,
I
so,
take it to
You
the
take
so
it a bit too
extreme.
no,
much there.
if you ever go to a convention with Chris, he's going to bring duffel bags and totes full of shits. Like hundreds of games and movies and shit.
scrolls.
Being like, oh, there's like 10 voice actors here. I'm going to bring fucking everything
I'm gonna
they've
bring
ever
an
been in.
entire room.
I'm going to bring in like 3 households worth of shits. to
I
get
mean,
signed by
you
10
look at
people.
some of the wall posters he has down here.
No,
There's
so-
Nowadays, you've cut down on
No,
that, but
so wait. I let me get to my story real quick. This is quick, but if you keep getting in here, it's gonna
Shut
be
it,
longer.
Ross.
So no, this is YouTube, motherfucker.
I
so
wanted to shut
so-
so you can keep going.
yeah, so anyway, so we're enjoying the concert. It's fucking amazing.
It was a
You're
great show.
hearing all these amazing songs
Oh,
and shit done in
with
person.
orchestras and everything.
Oh my god,
Oh.
fucking Kingdom Hearts, simple and clean. You saw me. You were trying to make fun of me.
Yes, I was. Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda was decent too. No, fucking, as soon as the concert's over, Chris is like the only person at this specific concert who got like the premium pass and you get autographs and everything. No one else got it except for Chris.
Actually, autographs are available to anyone after the show.
Well, no, I
I'm
mean-
just guaranteed the front row
yeah,
space.
yeah, but like you were the only person that
Plus,
Yeah.
the bottom, that doesn't just get me there. That also gets me into the venue just a little bit earlier, so that
Yeah.
way Tommy can actually talk a little bit and explain how Video Games Live
Yeah,
can be,
and-
tell
Straight up
some
calls you out
backstory
during the
to
show.
Anyways, we digress. So you're the only one that gets this special fucking pass. No one else bought it because they were like, "Oh, we're
it. No, there were
we're-
two or three others besides me.
Okay, so 3 people out of like 200.
Yes.
What a oh my god, it's so many. So after like me, Ross, and our other
other
friend
Joe.
and Joe, and are like we're right behind you in line because you're like you have your whole tote bag full of fucking shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
Can confirm the
Actually,
tote bag is real.
Actually, no.
I've seen it.
It wasn't a tote bag. It was a military grade duffel bag. That's what it
Yeah.
A tote bag with skin kind of like a little, kind of like a purse cover or a backpack.
That's
no,
true.
No.
The duffel.
This is the kind of stuff you bring
Can-
when you're sleeping. When you're
can
gonna
confirm.
sleep somewhere overnight for a few days. And yeah.
Yeah,
It's honestly impressive when you actually look at
Right.
it.
No,
Yeah.
So
really
in this
is.
bag, he had exactly 75 different items to be
That
signed.
75 is not the exact, but it's the joke.
Yeah. No, there was like
No,
there
Tommy's
was,
just
it
right
was
there.
it was between 75 and 150.
Something
Okay,
like- something
There
like
was-
that.
it was probably Gen 1 of
And,
Pokemon in total.
Yeah.
No,
And,
wow.
And Tommy and his other 2 people that he had with him were thinking, oh, he's just gonna have it come up. They just see Chris come up with the bag, and he just.
no, like
sign
No, this-
sign my shit, bro.
no, this was a Mary Poppins moment. You
Yeah.
see the little bag. And it's just like, okay, here's
That's the perfect segue.
It was Merlin's bag of holding.
Yeah.
yeah,
I like that even better.
yeah.
It was a magical mystery murder bag.
No, like they see the big bag and they're like, oh, there's like 4 big things he wants to sign, right?
No.
it's
It was about 100.
Book,
poster, game, poster, book,
game, poster, book.
suitcase.
And Tommy's just like, what have I done?
And like they're like we're already like 15 minutes of them signing into shit, and there's a line of people behind us, and not even a big line. There's like
Enough
five
of a
people.
line. There's enough of a line.
There's like
Yeah.
5 to 15 people behind us, and like we're even like, hey Chris, like shouldn't we like hold off a little bit, let these people go through, and that way there's no one fucking waiting. And this motherfucker is just like, oh, well, they should have got here first before me, or got the platinum badge before me.
Boom!
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's just like, bro, we were there for like an hour just waiting for them to sign
Not
everything.
exactly an hour, but close
It
enough.
felt
Even
like an
Tommy
hour.
was like, who is this guy?
So
with all
what
this
is,
shit?
what is this asshole
And
doing?
then it was because of Chris, after this time, there was a rule of if you bring autographs, we're only doing like 5.
That's never applied for video games live.
I mean, I saw something there. Either way, a lot of
However,
at
though,
cons.
thankfully at anime conventions, it's finally started to happen.
Yeah, no,
To
so
be
like,
honest, let's be fair. That should have been implemented years ago.
yeah, no, that like it's because of people like Chris. They're like, okay, if you bring things assigned, we're only doing like 1 to 5 items tops because this is out of hand.
Actually, it's now practically just usually now one freebie. If you want more, you got to pay.
Oh yeah, no,
Chris-
I'm down for that.
You were you were the asshole that day.
About GalaxyCon after we're done recording.
Yep,
Oh, we'll talk.
yep.
But-
Man. Anyway, so I'm done with that story.
That was an entertaining badger, though.
That was a good story.
I think we can move on to the next point of topic here.
Hold a
He
minute. I
has to
still
have
haven't
his
gotten my other.
He still has his other good game there.
Okay.
Yeah, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. for
The
Super
animated
Nintendo.
series. That
Oh.
was
Probably one of the best Batman games I've ever played.
Wow.
One.
When it comes to the
Yes.
retro, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a Sega Genesis version. However, though, this one I do prefer more because it does.
I mean, it's an animated series.
it's a-
How can
It's a
you-
preference.
a more 16-bit versions of music from the show, events that have actually happened in the show.
Yeah.
fighting Joker on a roller coaster.
Yep, which happened in the show. You've also got at the frickin' maze is from the Riddle of the Minotaur from the
Yep.
show. What more do you need?
The Hand of Fate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's pretty good shit. So,
There's a lot of other games I could mention, but not mentioning unless you guys bring it up.
Yeah, we can go down the rabbit hole pretty deep with
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Which, speaking of rabbit hole,
I could mention a few games.
Hank,
Oh,
Hank,
no!
Hank.
No.
Hank,
You know what? Fine,
Ain't
fine.
You still got paperwork.
Fine,
to fill
Hank.
out,
What
man?
is your game, Hank? Just tell us really quick.
Well, no, actually, I came to ask you. Can I borrow $500?
Absolutely not.
No.
Why do you need $500?
Look, I'm trying to get to Texas, and it's just fucking. It's literally
Hitchhike.
No, fuck that, man. That'll take too long.
Where did you get that money?
You're welcome. Now get the hell out.
I'm more worried about
How she got that money.
Maybe it's best we
If-
don't.
We probably don't
See,
want
I'm-
to understand that.
I'm not worried about how she got it. I'm worried about who she got it from.
Yeah.
That's
And for
what-
doing
Don't
what?
worry about it.
And also where she was keeping it.
I
had it in the
I did not need to know that.
I had it in a dresser.
Where was the dresser at?
In my bedroom?
Well, considering that this
What
is kind
else is in that drawer?
okay, it's just okay. So this
What do you
money,
think? Clothing?
so this money is pretty fucking sticky. So I'm just gonna take it. Okay, bye.
Why did I have a feeling?
So yeah, okay. So hey, Auntie Jiz, there's some Twinkies upstairs.
Fine.
All right, sweet. Okay, they're both gone. Ross,
Finally.
let's
Yeah.
get back to you. Shall
Yeah,
we?
all right. I think I can talk now. Good.
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna go the bad.
The bad.
The bad. I'll start off with just a quick brief reminding about good old. We all remember the Highlander. Good movie there. Only one
Sadly,
good.
I've only
I've-
seen the anime version. Of
I've
Highlander.
never watched Highlander.
You know the one where he's in space.
Good movie, crappy show.
Good movie. Crappy show. Crappy sequel. Crappy cartoon show.
Yeah.
So only the movie was
there
good?
really should have only been one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And well, it was during like the only one we had. There was a game made out of that for the crappy cartoon show.
Yeah, you couldn't have had a good fighting game based off the movie. Oh
No.
no, that'd be too
Nope.
much to ask.
No, no. So not only did we get a crappy game of a crappy cartoon show, it was a crappy game of a crappy cartoon show on a really crappy console.
Which one?
Of course.
The Atari Jaguar CD.
CD. Ew.
Yeah, and even then, it was oof. I
It's
never
a-
played in my. I mean, I never actually played it because yes, sir, yes.
Isn't that the one where you don't even get your main weapon till like the second level, and you can easily die before then?
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
That's if you can even move around properly without getting nauseous.
Ugh.
Because it's like, look, step. Oh, I take one step, camera change. I take another step, camera change.
wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you said you never played the game.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
I've watched. I just know it's bad. I've seen the footage. It's kind of hard to play the game when you can barely get a hold of a Jaguar.
Yeah, I mean, I
Let
guess.
alone the Jaguar CD.
So, like,
Let alone get the game to work.
if I may, I'll let you rant about this game all you want because even I'll agree it's a shitty game
Yeah.
considering it's an Atari system. Because let's face it, Atari's like super old stuff, like back in like the
Yes.
5-bit graphics and shit.
Yep.
That's good, but anything
Yeah.
after that was trash.
Sure.
No, like I'll let you rant about it all you want, but I feel like this should be for games we've actually played better.
I kind of agree.
There was something I brought up,
Yeah.
but I do have a bad game that I have played.
I'll take you for that.
Yeah.
But, go ahead, tell us more about this awful Highlander game.
That's pretty much all you need to know. You
Okay,
don't really
good.
need to know anything else.
all right. Your
The other bad
your glasses
game-
keep falling off.
Yes, I've noticed.
The other bad game, which I have briefly mentioned, played. It's also people say it's bad, sure, but it's still enjoyable because of what it was. Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man! Pepsi Man! It's so bad it's kind of good, though.
It is though.
Pepsi for TV game.
TV game?
Yeah, he actually said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to quote the AVG.
Right, I got
episode.
you. But no, I did play. It's basically like one of those. It's basically like what Temple Run was.
Yeah.
But like,
It was well
I-
before Temple Run, though.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How some people. That's my best way of describing how you play it.
Sure, yeah.
And boy, was it hard.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
even when
stupid.
it's
After
stupid,
after the
but
first
I've
couple
actually tried
levels,
Pepsi
yeah.
Man as well. I can
Yes.
agree.
'Cause
So,
he-
so would you compare Pepsi Man to the Room of video games?
And I would probably say
if
no
we have to,
personally.
yes.
It's definitely in that same stratosphere.
Yes. Because
Stratosphere,
the entire
yeah.
premise of the Pepsi Man is people need help. I'll help you. Have a Pepsi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like literally, one of the premises you're running through a burning building and you save people by giving them Pepsi.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, you could use the Pepsi to put out the fire.
Yeah,
that
you
too.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, but
All right,
yes, those
so-
are the bad ones.
So
that I
what
dealt
are
with.
the good ones then?
I'm gonna start with a
Yeah.
real good one. I
Ooh.
technically have a copy of the rebooted version of it, but GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yes.
And it does mean the
Ba-da-ba-da.
N64
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I have the Weaver.
The Wii version I thought was entertaining for what it was.
Yeah.
If I may and stuff, while Ross and Kelly were singing the song, I'm like, Chris is trying to talk to Grant, and I'm just like, I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So, Chris, what were you saying?
I was saying he means the N64 version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
And-
yeah, I do have. It's just for the because you didn't have the N64 version. This one I did indulge in it a little bit. It was okay. My problem was I like the original one. Plus, they had to bring it. They had to try and update it to make it Daniel Craig Bond instead
Yeah.
of Pierce Brosnan Bond.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll talk a brief bit. Granted, great game, great multiplayer, fun times. Did not age well.
No,
Yeah.
it
Did
didn't.
not age well at all.
No, like honestly, I'm gonna say it's about.
Square-headed Bond.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this even about OG GoldenEye and everything. Fucking, it's mostly just nostalgia glasses.
Yeah.
It was never actually a good game. It
No.
was just. at
It
the
was-
time.
it was a
fun
good
for
game.
What it was.
No, like it was great at the time.
Oh, yeah.
but
Like I said,
if anyone,
my memories of
But
it-
if you play Doom, I mean, Doom has even aged better than GoldenEye
Yes.
in terms
Yeah,
of
no.
like how fun it is
I
to
mean,
play
my
now.
memories
Straight
of-
up
my
facts,
mem-
right?
my core memories of playing GoldenEye was playing with friends in the multiplayer.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
yeah,
And just farting around with
Yeah, and it was fun.
and because it could have been, and they actually could have had more bonds in there. They wanted to do that. It was part of it, but something happened.
If I can go on a 10-second Badger, if
I
that,
will count on my fingers.
I'll make it 15.
Perfect Dark was better than GoldenEye. That's all I have to say.
Oh, I straight up agree.
Yeah,
with that.
and I know people were like, "Oh, crucify him for saying that," but no,
No,
Perfect
no,
Dark was
Perfect
the
Dark
better
was
No,
game.
actually
you
better.
see, if I'm gonna crucify this motherfucker for anything, it's gonna be his jokes.
Jar jokes,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's gonna be the Jar.
Truth.
And I'll bring up GoldenEye had one of the worst escort missions ever to deal with.
Natasha
Natalia.
or Talia. that's
Find me
right.
an escort mission that's actually good.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 to a degree.
Ashley from 4 was more competent than Natalia.
Yeah,
Because at least Ashley, when you tell her to do something,
she'll hide
actually
behind
has
you
the-
and get in a
Bitch,
fucking
dumpster.
dumpster.
Exactly. Whereas Natalia,
Oh, I got some of that.
Or better yet, the suit of armor.
yes,
Yeah,
I swear, Rare purposely programmed to purposely run into bullets.
yeah,
Because it's like, oh look, I fire at the ceiling. Natalia has died.
yep. Somehow,
How?
That's so
and I'm
awful.
not. And speaking of GoldenEye, yes, good. But other James Bond based games based on some of his stuff, which I have played.
There's a lot of good James Bond games, though.
Yeah, for
Nightfire is probably the best one.
I didn't play much of Nightfire. I
really?
played Agent Under Fire, which came up before that.
Okay.
Nightfire,
Nightfire's a better version of it, by the way. Yeah.
but still, World Is Not Enough. Was
Yep,
on one.
yep,
That
on
was also
N64, yep.
No, that was PlayStation actually.
What was
And-
the... No, World Is Not Enough was on the N64.
It was also for PlayStation.
Oh, 'cause it was on both. I actually
Yes.
didn't know that.
I
Interesting.
think Tomorrow Never Dies had a game, but I'm not
That
sure.
was only on the PlayStation.
Okay.
I believe.
Everything or Nothing.
Was that the? Yeah, was
That
that,
was
the
not
third person
actually-
one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was really, really
That
good.
one was
Actually,
good. That was actually
Yeah.
I don't think that was not a movie. That wasn't actually his own.
no,
game.
that was just a.
that was its own game.
Yeah, that was actually kind of underrated. I think.
There was GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I never did play that one.
All I've heard is bad things. I just never bothered.
But we're gonna move on. From
Yeah.
Yep.
that. And then finally, for my second good one, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
I still need to play that.
Oh man, like I never got to play it in the PS2 days because at the time it was just like I was kind of like, okay, I'm over SpongeBob, I don't need to play anymore. But they just as a couple of years ago, they remade it,
Sure.
the rehydrated
Yeah.
edition, and it was mwah. It was silly. It was fun to explore. Yes.
And probably one of the most entertaining weapons in any video game, the guided cruise bubble.
Yes.
Really?
It was no. It was
That's
literally-
actually a thing.
Yeah,
That's kind of nice.
It was
It is
basically like
100% a thing.
Wow.
Like, and so in some cases, especially if you're like me, like to complete everything, you needed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like you could, my only complaint was Mr. Krabs' voice sucked because it wasn't Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
I guess he probably.
But I mean, there's only so much you could do in
And I
that
think,
case.
and Mermaid Man wasn't the same guy either. But I think at the time they, at least with the remake, Ernest Borgnine was dead.
Yeah. Right.
So you can't really. I don't know about if because I think it was Ernest Borgnine in the original one. I don't.
It was.
Yeah. So there you go.
You could argue they could have just used his clips from back then, but
Yeah.
that's a whole. that
It
could've-
wouldn't have worked.
That's also a whole legal issue right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's my presentation.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right.
I guess
That's
it's.
pretty good.
I guess it's actually my turn now.
Yes, it
okay.
It is.
All right. Well.
You know what? Skip his turn. Fuck it. Let's just end the show now.
Never.
No. He's been behaving for the last couple
I've
of
been a
minutes.
good boy. I've only had 2 jar jokes. I think
He
this
really
whole
has.
He
3,
has.
2 or 3. Either way, less than usual.
Aside from your opening,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been fairly well
Okay.
behaved.
So he's been doing better, so I'll allow it.
Thank
I'll
you.
allow it.
Thank you, Coach.
Actually, I'm sorry, really quick, because you said that one of the best licensed games ever, fucking Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
I've never actually played it.
Okay.
Tell you what,
I'll say
about
when
a
I'm done
minute.
here,
Give me a
but-
minute here.
Oh, you want me a minute?
Sure.
Oh,
Go ahead and tell us about that really
Okay,
quick.
so it was on the PS2, I think original Xbox as well,
Uh-huh.
based off one of the best claymation videos series of all time on MTV.
Uh-huh.
When MTV was good.
Yeah, when MTV was good and everything. And it only had like 10 characters you could play with.
Uh-huh.
So fucking like Pamela Anderson,
Tommy Lee, Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy was in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
What kind of fighting game is this?
I think they had NSYNC as well.
think so.
Yeah. Insane.
Well, they were all part of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was just like claymations of these guys fighting each other to death.
That is so.
And
That sounds like the room of video games.
No.
No? Like, it was actually good?
The show was amazing.
Uh-huh.
The game was actually a great adaptation of the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the way the characters would interact with each other as you put them on device was like, this is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Especially
Nice.
their finishers. Holy
Cousin
shit.
Grimm.
Man. Cousin Grimm. Oh my fuck. You can even make the fucking announcers fight each other.
The new the announcers fight.
Yeah, Johnny
That's
Gomez and
amazing.
Nick Diamond.
Yeah.
I love Nick Diamond was the best one.
Oh, I don't know. Gomez was a wizard.
Well, I meant not fighting wise, but I meant like as far as the character
Oh, yeah,
wise,
yeah, but-
Nick Diamond was
Yeah.
my favorite.
No, but overall, that was a great game, especially if you had a friend with you to play and stuff. Oh my god, I'll show you that. I'll show you clips of that after this is done.
Sounds good, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, my turn. So
time.
I've got a couple good ones. So
You got there.
right here I have Turtles in Time, but Ninja Turtles. But anyway, more specifically, I would just say in general the Ninja Turtles games, especially
Right.
the 2 arcade games. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
like
I will definitely concede to that.
yeah. So I have like a story. It's not even that great of a story, but I tell it to a couple people here and there. Is I played the entire Ninja Turtles arcade game with like 3 other friends back in the day, and we just $5 or whatever of quarters each. So it's like, the game was good if we spent that much time and money in the arcade playing through the whole thing.
Oh, I can agree.
So-
with that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Konami just made some great beat 'em ups and games like that too. So it's not necessarily a beat 'em up, but I love Sunset Riders. It's another game
That's
that
a
they
shoot 'em
made.
up.
It's more like a Contra-esque shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Konami was like at their peak at that time, in my opinion.
It was downhill from there.
Yeah, well, it was downhill after Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain. After V, The Phantom Pain, yeah, they haven't recovered. They probably never will recover.
I believe you mean Metal Gear Solid 5.
No, it's V, Venom V. 5 would be Peace Walker, basically.
No.
V.
No, the V is literally the Roman numeral 5.
Yeah, but again, the other 1 through 4 were written with a number 4. V.
So?
Have you played Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
Have you played
Some of them.
Okay. Okay. So with and I know you haven't played. V is basically a glorified sequel spinoff. So if Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker was basically 5, V. I know it irritates you. Basically, it's a sequel to that directly. 10 years later.
I feel like
He
Crucible-
wants to kill you.
But hold on, no, there's a reason. So have you played through Phantom Pain all the way? Screw it, I'm just gonna spoil it. So
I'd like to point out the game's been out for 10 years now.
not
Go
quite.
ahead.
Okay, so Venom Snake is obviously different than Big Boss. You find out at the very end. It's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Venom has come to. It's so basically again the whole thing is supposed to be like a fake out, obviously, right? Like they make you think you're playing as Big Boss the whole game. You're not playing as Big Boss. You're only playing as Big Boss in Ground Zeroes, not the Phantom Pain. The Phantom Pain is like you feel like it's trying to simulate the
Blah.
having a Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Like, missing a limb, but in this case you're missing a complete different character.
Okay, yes. Okay, fine.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Still 5.
it's 5 without being 5, I feel. I call it V because it's literally 1 through 4 are written with the numerical
So?
number.
It's still a number.
Yes.
It's just
but
written in
here's
a
the thing.
different
If you
style.
look at Metal Gear Solid lore, they wanted to make Peace Walker 5 originally in the first place. So I feel like V is like a continuation of that 5.
Whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah. It's a badger, but trust me, it's Metal Gear
Dumb
Solid.
badger.
It's Metal Gear Solid V.
It's a trunk badger.
See,
It's a Grant Badger.
See, when I brought up Metal Gear Solid earlier, it was just for a comparison of what Batman should have been with its prequel, but this had nothing to do with anything.
Which actually, speaking of which, that brings me to my next point.
Yay!
Yay! So, the first. We weren't even planning that, but that worked out. That worked out too perfectly. So,
I don't know why you're staring at me. It's his fault for going on about Metal Gear Solid, okay? I had nothing to do with
You
that.
know, I take it back. Grant, I'm glad you made that Badger.
there we go. It was worth it
the
just for
end,
that.
In the end, we didn't know where we were going at first, but in the end, we made it.
Ross, I need to shut you up real quick. If Kelly keeps staring at me like this, I will kiss him in the
Kelly,
lips.
keep that face and point it towards the camera if you can.
And again.
Okay, wait. If Kelly keeps staring at me like this for 10 more seconds, I'm going to kiss him on the lips.
1.
Okay.
So I've actually never played this remaster, The Return to Arkham, but
I haven't either.
yeah, I've seen the actual footage for the remaster, and
The
apparently
visuals
they
are indeed better.
Okay.
are they? I saw some footage where like the Joker looked like absolute trash compared to the PS3 version.
No, the only difference between this is just a graphic update. That's really about it.
I thought I just remember seeing like side to side where they removed some of like the graphical fight. I digress. I'm talking about the first 2 Batman Arkham games. I haven't really played enough of Night to have an opinion, but Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are fantastic games on the PS3. I can say that
I'll
much.
give you that.
I don't know about the remaster, but Chris had a copy of the remaster on hand here.
And they made an Arkham
So-
VR, if I'm correct.
Which I have played that. You know what? So I'm actually going to say that was one of the weaker tie-in games I played. I wasn't even intending that, but I'm just going to transition to that too. So, okay, so the VR game is like maybe 45 minutes long, if that. The best part about Arkham VR is that you can pick your nose as Batman, basically.
What?
Well, not literally. So, one of my friends and I think there was another person there. We were playing Batman Arkham VR, right? And like literally, you can move your hands as Batman. So like literally, we were picking his nose and we were like having him like shake his hands up in the air like an idiot. It was kind of great.
Please
That-
tell me you can see this in a mirror.
Yes, because you're looking like in a mirror or something like that. So like literally you can see Batman like we were doing like this basically where like we had Batman pretending to pick his nose.
I'm fucking done with life. Okay?
Which
Oh, man.
which actually it's like, you know, I say this game was bad, but like, you know, I have a couple great memories with it there. But the game itself was a glorified tech demo, Arkham VR. The actual Batman Arkham Asylum and City, especially City, which is like where they opened it up more. Great action stealth games.
Yes.
The actual like physical punching is very simple. It's just pressing square and dodging. But like with it's more of like, how do you get these guys to not all shoot and come at you at once? It's like, how do you keep them separated? Like it makes you feel like you're almost playing a puzzle game in a way with these.
I mean, it's just straight up counters, dodging, and the right gadgets and timing.
Yeah. Again, like I feel like the actual hand to hand is very simple. It's just square and like what circle or whatever to dodge.
Though I will forever say for all the Arkham games, whenever there's that trophy for it, get this super high combo. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
It can be done.
I know it can be, but I mean, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. Because it's like,
this is why I don't go for achievements.
No, I don't mind going for achievements, but it's like when it's so balls to walls, go fuck yourself. I don't bother.
Right.
No, like the achievement I'm talking about. Ross fucking knows, is literally have a 90 hit combo and every 10 hits do you on your supers.
Oh God.
You had so many. You had to
You know, I kind of had to do that for the Arkham Knight.
Yeah, one of the
portion.
trophies was every special takedown you could get in the game. To get the trophy, you had to do every single one of them in one big ass combo.
Oh boy.
Oh, especially if you, and it could be a pain in the ass, especially if you had shield guys, shooter guys, all of that fun shit.
No, okay, this one time I tried going for it back in like I think Arkham City, and I couldn't fucking do it. I could get up to 30, and that's when it's like, nope, can't do it because either no one's close enough for me to hit and keep it going, or someone hits me. So I had to get a friend to do it, and he had to try 18 fucking times. I counted because 8 of those times he got up to like fucking. He was only one hit away from the final counter to be able to do the super, and it's like, nope, he got hit by someone, and it's like. Son of a bitch. He almost threw my controller.
He threw the controller.
He almost threw my controller across the room.
Christ.
Which I don't blame him.
Almost had a rage quit.
Speaking of throwing, just to unbadger, I'm actually going to instead be the weird one out here. Instead of saying like too bad, too good, I'm going to do 4 good. Mostly because I haven't played that many crappy licensed games that weren't just like, this sucks, you know.
Yeah.
Let's focus on positivity here, people.
Oh, no, I'm down for that.
Yeah. So another good one. I only played this a few years back because a buddy of mine brought it over on the PS2. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Anyone? I think you guys have all played that here.
Even though it's technically an anime game, I'll let it slide.
I mean, it started with a whole manga series.
Yeah.
First and anime.
We'll make an exception to this one here.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it up again when we talk about anime.
Yeah, we'll definitely re-bring it up. But I just want to say I was very impressed by the sheer amount of characters. Like, there's literally like 100 something. It's insane.
That is insane for a 3D game.
I think
back then too.
That's got to be one of the most.
If I may,
I
forget which Tenkaichi it is. It might be or which Budokai it is. But one of them lets you play as Kui. Who the fuck cares about Kui? Kui doesn't even fight.
Ain't that the
has
truth?
to be Tenkaichi 3.
Three had the whole kitchen sink from what I could tell.
Nobody cares about Chaozu.
Yeah.
No, it's like they had characters in there and I was like, you don't even see them fight. They just insta-die. Yeah. And I'm like, why? What is the purpose of
the only downside to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 before I move on to the 4th choice is they don't have the farmer with a power level of 2.
Oh, yeah. I love Shotgun Farmer.
He's a DLC character.
So before I move on to the last one, I just want to say, please remaster that game, please. Like,
give us Shotgun Farmer.
And give us Shotgun Farmer as the bonus fighter.
Like, come on, he has the most reasonable reaction to see something like he did. I don't know what this is. I better defend myself.
All right, 2 comments I have to make. Number 1.
Yeah.
And if anyone's a fan of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, if you have this, good on you. But
it's expensive.
Exactly, that's what I was about to get into.
It's absurdly expensive.
Well, actually, the PS2 copy, for whatever reason, is expensive.
Yeah.
The Wii version, which I have,
it's a little bit less. Yeah.
It's the Wii version.
But yeah, no, like I remember back in the days when I played Budokai Tenkaichi, my favorite character, Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Sure.
And apparently, I'm now finding out there's some kind of mod or
Too
something
bad that's
to make
not
it look
canon.
like a Budokai Tenkaichi 4.
What? They made a 4?
Supposedly.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
No, there's no official 4 game.
Okay, right.
It
Which
would be nice if there was
That-
officially now.
yeah, especially these
Well-
days.
Dude, well, until they say something, assume it's bullshit.
I feel like Dragon Ball has some pretty good licensed games. Just as a one-off, they also have Fighter Z's as well.
Oh no,
which
the Kakarot game is actually pretty fucking fun.
I haven't played that one yet. But again, I don't want to make this into like a Dragon Ball type
get there,
deal.
we'll-
But
Yeah.
we'll
Can
we'll
it-
talk. We'll
game
talk.
here, please?
Yeah, and then the last game I have, it's like again, there's so many good choices. I think it's like,
Oh, yeah.
what do I pick? So I think for the fourth one, I'm probably.
Spider-Man.
We've already just talked about Spider-Man.
Just pick Spider-Man.
Actually, time out just for a minute. I just
Yeah.
realized there were a couple things I did want to say about Spider-Man, but
Sure.
you guys did interrupt me before you
Oh,
saw
I'm
me.
so-
you know
so
what?
sorry.
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. How everyone knows about the cheats in this game you can unlock, right?
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
were great cheats back then.
All right. Well, apparently Spider-Man, for each of its iterations, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, and the PC and Sega Dreamcast ports, the passwords are actually different for unlocking everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. From the N64 version, to unlock everything, just put in Aunt May. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about this. Who knows the one for PlayStation? I'll let you guys say this one.
Rosebud. I'm just. Oh wait, wrong game. Sorry.
Wrong type, wrong meaning.
Like not even vaguely similar.
That's not even related to a game.
That's just the first cheat code I thought of, Kelly.
That's not even a cheat code.
Yeah, it is the Rosebud. It's the
Okay.
the one to get like what was it, 2,000 simuloins or whatever in The
No.
Sims. Yeah, Rosebud was, and it was also the sled in Citizen Kane to bring up another Citizen Kane reference.
Seriously.
Anyway,
All,
Oh,
in,
man.
all in
Yeah.
favor of kicking Grant out of the podcast from now on.
Hey, I'm the one that basically like borderline runs this show
that's right. When I was equipment,
Yeah.
This is a mutiny.
without my
Unfortunately, we
equipment and
gotta-
all the editing and all that.
Yes,
Well, we're
we gotta
taking.
keep 'em.
You've been democratically voted out, but so we take all shit and we're suggesting you would deal with Uncle Hank from now on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
back to those cheats for a minute. Since it wasn't answered, the password to unlock everything, the PlayStation version, basically Stan Lee's name backwards. Eel and Nats.
Yell Nats.
And the Dreamcast version, it's his catchphrase.
Excelsior!
Yeah,
Which I'm glad that was. And thank you for that, Rob.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if anyone can hunt down a copy of the Dreamcast and PC versions, they are graphically the more superior versions. Came out about 6 months after the PlayStation version.
Okay.
All right.
All right, is that it?
I want to say there was another thing, but I can't for the life of me think about it. So
All
I will
right,
save
then.
my piece with that.
So I'll
Yeah.
take that from
If-
you and
if-
give it back to Grant.
Okay.
There you go.
If it comes back, raise your hand.
So,
see.
so for the fourth and final one, this is a very odd choice, especially for me, because
Spider-Man.
no, not quite Spider-Man. So you, Ross, you like a lot of fight or wrestling games, right?
I do.
So I played this game recently, and I was actually surprised by how good it was for
Yeah.
based on the license. It's called. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's Def Jam Fighting for New York.
Oh,
Have you ever played?
I own the game.
We addressed it back on the fighting games
I
episode.
addressed it.
We both of
But
us
I
did.
checked it out.
And its
Yeah.
sequel, Def Jam Icon.
No, we don't talk about that one.
I haven't
I
heard.
liked Icon.
I did not.
All I'm saying is like when we talked about it, I ended up
Series.
checking it out, and I'm just like, there's like 50 characters,
Yes.
like and like I'm not huge into rap, mind you.
Neither am I.
Yeah, like I
neither.
liked the original Doggy Style Snoop Dogg album and a couple other ones here and there, but I was surprised. Like the mechanics are pretty good. There's got a story mode. There's like I said, there's like 50 something characters. You can play as freaking literal Carmen Electra. The memes
can.
are
Yes,
real.
you can. Yes,
You
you
can
can.
literally play as Carmen Electra as well
can.
as other characters.
Yeah, either way, I just love that Snoop Dogg is the final boss.
Yeah.
Fucking
And
A.
you also- and
Right.
I mean,
Danny-
who else would it be?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there are others, but
Hey,
either way.
you get to fight Danny Trejo in that game
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Danny's in there as well.
And
I didn't know Danny Trejo was in.
Yep.
he was.
There's a couple. There's a
And you wanna
couple
know what
kind of
those
surprising
voice were
choices.
for those two. The man who voiced Dad Kratos himself, Chris Judge, was D-Mob.
Yep. He was in there.
Yeah.
He was D-Mob. Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say that I was surprised by how competent the game was. Like you kind of think like, oh, this is gonna be a meme game, and it kind of is in some ways, but for the most part, it's a competent wrestling game with like
I wouldn't-
brawler mechanics.
I wouldn't say so much wrestling. It's a fighter.
It's a fighter, but it has wrestling mechanics to
Wrestling is a
Yeah.
style you can use, but it's not
it. Yeah,
primarily wrestling.
It's not. No, and that's another cool thing is like they had like martial arts. They had like grappling. There was like 3 or 4.
Boxing.
Yeah, there's a couple different like fighting styles you could choose.
Yeah, it
so.
depends who you played with or
And
who
you can use
against.
and you
Yeah.
can use the environment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, honestly, the only meme parts of the game is when you try to pick your bitch for who you want to have a love interest with.
Right.
That's the only meme part.
But here's the fun part about that particular part.
Yeah.
Say you pick the one, Carmen Electra shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could choose her or the one you previously picked. Mm-hmm. If you lose either of those, they turn off and you get the ugly girl.
The ugly.
No, I'm serious. There's actually a girl that's not one of those 4 that you end up with if you lose the girl fights.
Yeah.
What, so I haven't even gotten that far. Tell me about that.
It only happens if you like the first time you actually it's not even the Carmen Electra one because you have to pick the initial girl. One of the other characters come up and challenges you.
Uh-huh.
You lose to him. He walks off with the girl, and some other girl comes up while you're dazed and confused. And says, "Oh, hey, baby, I'll take care of you." And yeah,
So stuff that could never pass these days because people would flip out about
No,
Oh,
it's-
100%.
it. Yeah.
but then again, you
Debatable.
have to act like you have to like lose, which means you have to like either suck at the game or know what you're doing.
Right.
But by that point, if you've played that game enough, you'll know what you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Unless you want to play on the hard difficulties, which again, why would you?
Yeah. Right.
Well, actually, maybe we could. I do own the game, and that could be one of
So
our next streaming.
you actually
games.
own the
I'm-
game?
I'm
Oh, wow.
fucking
I
down
own the
for
game
that.
still.
Nice. Nice.
What system do you own it for?
PS2.
Okay, I got the GameCube version.
Ah.
I had
PS2 one for me was superior
I had PS2 as well back in the day.
because I played the previous one before that, Vendetta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to my PS2 copy. It disappeared probably during one of the times I moved over the years.
I mean, they did make a PSP kind of version of it, but it was kind of
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the PSP?
Viper
Just like
New
a
York
more,
Takeover.
just a handheld version of it, basically.
Pretty
kinda-
much.
Yeah. Had to
But
gimp
yeah,
it a little bit.
Overall, though, that game still holds up to this
It
day.
really
Like,
does.
yeah. Again, it's like what, over 15 years old at this
Something like
point.
that.
Yeah.
Something.
So.
Yeah.
Nah, like fucking, and the soundtrack.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's
like even if
yeah.
you don't care for rap music or in general, it's just good stuff.
It works for that.
They
game.
yeah. It definitely fits the street aesthetic for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, yeah, most of the music is made by the guys in the game.
Right, which is the
Yeah.
most impressive part. Is it's licensing at its most licensed esque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have characters, you have
And
actors, and
then-
you have the music.
And one of my favorite characters in the game is one you don't actually. I don't think you can actually unlock him to play as until way later in the game. Is Henry Rollins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's your trainer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, he was there. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if you can. I can't remember if you can actually play as him in that game.
probably. I mean,
I
like,
think
why
it
would
was
they
the-
get him if you couldn't play as him, right?
Well, because again, he's just your trainer.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can actually.
you could probably get him for like the multiplayer or something.
maybe. But I think we probably need to be wrapping this whole show up soon.
I don't know. I think you guys keep going for another hour.
Hey, I thought you left.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
man,
we all.
aren't you supposed to be on your way to Texas?
Yeah, what's up with that,
Well,
man?
it happened.
Fuck, I need that one to carry my luggage for me.
Why
Chris?
do I gotta be your
1, 2, 3,
your
not
mule?
it.
Not
All
it,
right.
Those goes.
Those guys.
Yeah, you're
God
there.
damn it!
Yeah.
Y'all suck. You know that?
Hey, got him.
Come with me, baldy boy.
Oh shit. Well, sorry guys, I'm out of here.
Oh, bye.
Well, with Chris leaving, I think
Well,
we might
on-
as
well,
end it.
Might as well.
In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, and on that depressing note, we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.